Welcome to Before the Matters, the first ever
First
Before
ever.
the
We're
Matters.
making history tonight. Never before.
A bit too dark.
There was no show before us, so we just clicked the button early. We're still waiting on Rich Devletchin to.
That's right, and that should make it easier for you, all of our fans out there in cyberspace to to just get in there and start
All you cyberspacians. Trying to open the chat. Man, can't wait for Rich Devletchin, of course, our amazing musician, getting his stuff set up. This is a little.
It's a little behind
the scenes. I don't know how prepared we are tonight to do what we set out to do.
Let's see. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out soon enough.
Man, what are we doing before the Matters? Is it
well,
just what we would do before a regular show?
I think so. I mean, After the Matters, is not really our regular after show. Like a regular after
show.
Not
streaming.
Now
it says live. I'm so confused. There it goes.
See. I see us. I see us on Twitch. I have Twitch
issues.
pulled up. So.
Here we go.
Waiting
for Rich to join. I love the silent void here.
What do you mean?
Well, there's no music. It's just us. It's raw. You know what I mean?
I see. Yeah, it is raw. We are. Yeah, we're a couple of raw dogs.
It's like I don't even know what to talk about on Before the Matters because like stuff I would want to talk about, I would normally want to talk about during the show.
Yeah, you want to save that for the Matters.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do for the séance that we're gonna do?
We've had a lot of seances on the show, so I think we understand generally the principle behind seances.
Should we do that Ouija board again?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, here I'm gonna type Before the Matters into the box.
Who's here? Who's here in the chat?
Who's here?
We've got another TT viewer and me and
all right,
you.
Welcome to Dark Matters. This is Before the Matters. We're not supposed to start until 10 o'clock, but we saw there was nobody on the channel, so we kicked it up early. Oh, I see Rich Devletchin has entered. Oh, here's that beautiful music.
Nice.
Here it is. Rich, we started streaming early for some reason, so we're on the air now, and it sounds great. You sound amazing. This is live. This music's coming to you live from Silver Lake, California, from the studio of My Soul UC, a.k.a. Rich Devletchin. Amazing, as always. Love it. 818-650-3275 is the number to call. I feel like I have that phone number tattooed on like the back of my brain to the point where like...
Yeah.
Like, what if we forget to pay our subscription fee or something and we lose this phone number?
That would suck. Because there's a lot of good mail that's left over.
Yeah.
A lot of good voicemail.
Yeah, and we're gonna need it next week for the Name My Baby show. I know this was supposed to be the Name My Baby show, but I gummed up. I didn't make the flyer for it. That's some real Before the Matters.
It was a little before so for you people, all one of you who are here for the Matters, then get ready.
What's it, how did Larry King start his show?
So, Larry King, of course, died today at the age of, I think he was 83 years old.
It's a nice age.
It's a nice age. He was an older gentleman. He
87,
Mike. 87. Oh, even better. Even better, right? Isn't it better to be older when you die?
Oh yeah. Older the better. That's what I always say.
Yeah. This is certainly my I would prefer to be older when I go.
How old do you want to be when you die?
I don't know, quite very, very old. I want to be. I want to be. I feel like it's hard to put a number on it because you just don't know what your quality of life is going to be like. And there's some people who are. Larry King seemed to be doing pretty well, all the way through his. Larry King. I remember being old when I was a kid, and he kept going, and now I'm 33. So. I wouldn't. I don't think I would mind seeing 110, maybe more. Who knows?
110. I kind of want to do. I want to do 117 because then I'll live to the year 2100. That'd be cool.
Wow.
I'll be really fucking old. I'd be like.
I remember.
I'd be all
when
veins.
there was a huge pandemic. You don't remember little
It's
whatever
10
your
o'clock.
name
It's
is.
It's the show now. It's not before the matters.
The matters have
Welcome
begun.
to Dark Matters.
This is Dark Matters.
Wow.
Okay.
We've got quite a show to you tonight for you tonight. Oh Lord, this is our Larry King tribute, our séance. We're gonna try to contact Larry. Is that too soon? You know when somebody dies and then you tell a joke about them and they're like too soon. Does that apply to séances?
I feel like it's the opposite, right? Like you want a fresh. The fresher he is, the easier he is to call back.
Do you think that's true?
Because I would imagine it's true, just because it seems easier to, like what is death? Like when are you actually dead?
Well, maybe we should establish that first. Yeah, when are you actually dead?
Like, your heart can stop beating, and it can stop beating for minutes, and then you can still be alive. You can come back. People have that all the time during open heart surgery. Like they literally stop people's heart. It's something to do with your brain. Like if your brain.
Hunty in the chat saying 21 grams. That's of course
21.
that Inaritu film that supposedly your body loses 21 grams of weight when you die. Not true.
Yeah. The weight of your soul,
21 grams,
supposedly.
Which is, as I've learned from trying to lose weight and weighing nuts that I eat, that's 1/8 of a cup of walnuts. It's not a lot.
Do you eat? Excuse me. Do you just eat walnuts, like regular walnuts? I feel like they're quite unpleasant to eat alone.
They're pretty plain, honestly. That's right. This is Walnut Matters. We're talking about...
This is Walnut Matters.
Forget our intended topic. Let's just talk about nuts.
I like peanuts. I know that's a strong take, but I like them.
All right. Let's rank our nuts.
Yeah.
Top nut.
Number one for me has got to be the hazelnut.
Hazelnut. Oh, not for me. Number one nut. What? No. Number one nut for me... Oh, this is tough. I like a lot of nuts. Mother of Garblin saying pistachios.
Mother of Garblin.
I was going to say pistachio. It's my top nut. I'm going to say pecan. Pecan.
That's just by itself?
Yeah, pecan or pistachio, cashew. Those are my top 3.
Cashew. I feel like cashews are considered quite fancy, and I don't like them. I don't like them very much. I find their taste weird. Pistachio, definitely. I definitely like. They're a lot of work. I
like almonds. Number 5. I have almonds 4.
Sure.
What are the other nuts? I don't even know. This is Nut Matters.
I mean, peanut.
Hazelnut is at the bottom. You know what's the worst is Brazil nut.
Ooh, I gotta disagree. people hate Brazil nuts because a couple of reasons. One is because like a lot of them taste really bad, but the ones that taste good taste really good.
Well, we lost a lot of viewers during Nut Matters. That's what we do. We're professional viewer losers.
That's right. We're driving
away. We bring them back. We snatch them back in. We grab them by the collar. Right. We pull them close.
That's right.
And we say, "This is Dark Matters."
It is.
Oscar
Dark
is watching
Matters.
the show right now. My son, my 2-year-old son, he's awake. It's 10:04 p.m.
Oh, he's growing up so fast. Mother of Grubbin says peanuts are technically a legume. I guess I don't know what a nut is, to be honest. I don't really know what differentiates a nut from not a nut.
How long do you think we could talk about nuts for?
I bet we could.
I found a video.
35 minutes of nut.
Stephanie
nut
just
content.
sent me a video of Oscar saying this is Dark Matters. Rich Devletnia texted me macadamia nut. Oh, macadamia is good.
Oh,
can't
that's
forget
a good
macadamia.
Nut. So
that's
expensive,
in my top 4.
So expensive.
That changes the game. Can't believe I forgot them. Hold on, I gotta play this video. This is live. And you can see how messy he is when he eats. Wait, where'd it go? Worst nut to me, yeah, Brazil nuts. Without a doubt. Those big, thick guys that they stick in the mixed nuts. All right, here's the file. It's gonna probably open up huge and sideways.
Yep. My wedding cake was hazelnut.
It was, but that's in a cake context. I can't hear what he's saying.
This is our Larry King tribute. Our Sam's trying to contact Larry.
There you go.
ABC.
Oscar Gottman. My son. Messy eater and a fan of the show. I think he said this is Dark Matters. That was fun.
Oh.
How are you doing, Mike? How's your week been? What did I miss? Well, we haven't really talked that much this week.
Yeah.
What I miss?
What happened this week? I mean, nothing. So nothing really happened. I mean, what happened? I got a desk. I have like I got a really shitty desk at the beginning of the pandemic, and I got a nicer desk. And I got a bookcase. I'd been driving myself crazy trying to find a bookcase, and I finally got a bookcase.
So you got a desk.
And
you got a bookcase.
Got a desk and a bookcase.
Baba Booey.
What else?
That's right. The soundboard is back. Soundboard is back, baby.
My wife made pizza. Sam made a delicious pizza tonight. That was good.
Yeah.
I don't think I really had like nothing. This was a I've been delivering pomelos. Sam and I have been going and delivering
what do you mean
pomelos.
You've been delivering pomelos?
So our tree, we have a pomelo tree in our backyard, and the tree is like really ripe.
The fuck are my pomelos
right now? They're like a lot of.
I
didn't
get an offer of pomelos. I don't probably want more than one or two. They're not.
That's I mean that's about as much as anybody's getting. We're giving a two for people who live alone and more for like the number of people who live there plus one. That's basically
so if I wait a few
pomelos.
Weeks, then I can get an extra pomelo.
You can get an extra pomelo. That's right. Well, definitely Reggie can have his own pomelo if he wants. They smell great.
Bazinga!
Yeah, we brought some over to Sam's parents' house, and we brought some over to our friend Max and Roxy, and yeah, that was it. Before the show, I was watching Cats.
Cats the film.
Cats the film. and really, really not enjoying it as much as when I saw it in the theater. So felt, missing theaters very badly.
I'm kind of not, because I built a movie theater in my office here. I have I could show you, but it's
really?
I'd have to turn my entire computer around.
Do you have
I have
a projector?
I have a projector.
I remember
and I have a giant screen in here. It's like it's my pride and joy. That's what I did this week. I painted the wall of I cannot turn my entire computer around, Deb Jones. It's got stuff connected to it. Wow, we've got fruit trades going on in the chat here. J Pill offering to trade avocados for
absolutely.
pomelos.
I would love to trade avocados for I would love some avocados for these pomelos. I have so many. I actually bought Sam is a little bit mad at me for buying this long stick with sort of a grabber on it. It's not to get the fruit off the highest part of the tree. But you gotta harvest. And you gotta give it away. Otherwise, that tree's a waste.
You're gonna get all kinds of animals coming in there. I will happily trade COVID-riddled air from my neighbors for fruit if anybody's offering that trade.
Baba Booey.
I remember speaking of your movie theater. I remember watching Evangeline, I think, with you, or Evangeline in Space.
Emmanuel in Space.
Emmanuel in Space. That's right. Emmanuel in Space at your place, in Echo
in Eagle
Park.
Rock. I had to project. This is
Eagle Rock.
This is much better than the one I had there.
Oh man. Yeah. Sam and I made a list of things we want to do when the pandemic is done. I put babysit your kids on the list.
Oh hell yeah!
Free child care.
I wish we could play that. All that Manuel talk's making me want to play our audio porn again. I haven't heard it since we played it last on the show. We're not allowed to play it.
We're not allowed to play audio porn anymore. That's very sad.
Okay, maybe I need to close the soundboard. Emmanuel classic softcore porn. It has a theme song too.
I had never seen it, but it was.
I guess your parents didn't pay for Cinemax.
No, they did not pay for they did not pay for basic cable, much less Cinemax.
Stephanie just sent me another video. Apparently, Oscar learned to say Baba Booey. So apparently,
no.
This is great. Wow, we've already won. If Oscar learned how to say Baba Booey, then we've already won. Ice Cream Cone saying Emmanuel is the soft-core Jason. That's a really great way to put it. And you can't kill her. She keeps coming back. Emmanuel needs
That's
a versus. In other words, Jason versus... Who is Jason versus? Freddy versus
Freddy.
Jason. Emmanuel
Freddy.
Versus...
Yeah.
Who would it be? I don't know. David Duchovny from Red Shoe Diaries? I don't know. All right. It's 10-12. Who's Samantha? Hanti saying Emmanuel versus Samantha? I'm not aware of who's Samantha.
Samantha from Sex and the City, I believe.
Yeah.
Samantha, who's disappeared from the Sex and the City movie. No Kim Cattrall in the.
Is that true?
Sex and the
Did
City
she
movie.
think that she was too good
Yes.
for it?
It's hard to.
She didn't want to make more money doing the only thing that she's known for.
Yeah. It's hard to say. Maybe she, she's following her own path right now.
Now I've got a video of Oscar. I've got a video of Oscar saying Baba Booey. I've got to play that. How could I not play that? Emmanuel versus Shannon Tweed. I think that's the winner. All right, here we go. Sorry, indulge me, everybody. When you have video of your son saying Baba Booey, you have to play it. That should be the 11th commandment.
Mm.
pretty sure he said it. I can't hear the audio. That's right. That is my 2-year-old son who's still up at 10:15 at night saying Baba Booey. So if you want to know how I'm doing as a parent, that's how well I'm doing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Baba Booey. Now again, we are not naming
We're not doing
your son tonight.
No.
We're gonna do that next week.
We're gonna do that next week because I failed to make the flyer.
Are there? I remember last time we populated a list and then we just like gave the Google Doc out to anybody to edit.
Yeah.
And people added crazy names. How are we gonna get people to like both contribute names and vote on the names?
Oh yeah. Well, we should solicit it. We can solicit it now to everybody listening.
If you're listening right now, give us a call at 818-650-3275. That's 818-650-DARK.
Well, wait.
With a suggestion. Oop.
Well, how do we do that? Call now, and we'll put you. Call 818-650-3275, and I will not put you on the air. I will put you straight to voicemail. I think I can do that. I'll put you straight to voicemail, and then we'll play your name suggestion on next week's show. So if you have Reggie, we need Reggie Gutman's middle name is what we're gonna name. We did this for Oscar. We're gonna do it for my second son, Reggie. Reggie blank Gutman. I mean, blank is kind of good.
Yeah.
But so call in. We're gonna put the image up that the the ultrasound image, so maybe you can get inspired by what he looks like. Let me see if I have that handy. Is this? Nope, that is a weird, creepy picture of me. All right, I'm going to narrate as I scroll through files on my phone. Photo of my passport, credit card statements, desktop background, user guide for my audio-video receiver, Zodiac fonts, slideshow for the Slim Jim guy.
I love that guy.
Of course. Instruction manual for my projector. I don't know what these are. Into the Streets saying Reggie Lee. Let's add it to the doc. That's our first. You can suggest in the chat. You don't have to call.
Yeah. Oh, I love these. Reggie Payne Gutman.
I like Reggie Go for a Wall Gutman. We need to collect these.
Oh my God.
Should we, yeah. Keep thinking of them, and if we don't... Should we just type... I'll just type in a small font in this box here.
Okay.
Red Jeopardy. I mean, the winning one last time was Garblin, so... Oh God. Wild Child? Oh boy.
Wild Child.
Oh, Reggie Lawrence.
Wow. It's
After
true.
Larry King, who we've not mentioned once in our Larry King show. Well, I can't hear you. You gotta talk into the microphone.
Sorry. Do you believe in reincarnation, or do you have any belief in reincarnation?
I mean, no, but I want to. I want to believe. To quote Fox Mulder, that would be cool. I would love to be reincarnated. If reincarnation was true, I would take so many more risks. Because who would why would you care if you died? You just get to come back as something else.
That's a good point. Reincarnation without karma or whatever is probably a pretty messed up society.
I've got great karma though. I must have good karma.
Fair. Yeah.
Right?
Fair.
Who has
think
better?
so.
I
think
must
you've got
have
good
good
karma.
karma. I'm such a nice guy. I could come back as a slug. Monkey Maryland pointing out I could come back as a slug. That'd be cool because then if I got squished, so I'd just come back as something else. Eventually, I'd get to be something cool. I'd be so into it. Oh my god.
Deb Jones Talk Shop is saying there is an afterlife, like that, like it's a fact, which is impressive.
Yeah.
But she does not believe in reincarnation. One of the things that I always think about with reincarnation is just like some like old man's soul going into a baby's body. So like if Larry King's soul went into your son, your
How
baby
cute
son's
would that
body.
be, a little Larry King baby?
That would be really cute.
Uh-oh. I pushed one called "Oh Yeah." I think I gotta close that window because that's copyrighted music. Oh man, Larry King. You want to tell us about Larry King?
I do want to. Tell
And
you
I'm gonna
about
get
Larry
this.
King.
I'm gonna get this séance. I'm gonna get this séance started. That's what you say at the beginning of a séance, right?
Yep. Let's get it started in here. Is
That song was
is
about
the traditional way
séances.
of-
Yeah.
Larry King. He started off as a Florida radio host, which I think is very similar to where we are right now. That we are, we are very much in our Florida radio host phase of the Larry King part of our lives.
Yeah, we're right now. This is as close to being a Florida radio show as possible.
Yeah, I fully agree. Larry King was married. He was married 7 times to 6 women.
7 times to 6 women. So I'm going to note right off the bat there, that's one more marriage than number of women. So he must have married the same woman twice.
He did marry the same woman twice, and consecutively. It wasn't like he. Oh no, sorry. No, that's actually incorrect. He was married to Frida Miller for a year in 1952. Then Annette K for less than a year in 1961. Wow. And then he married another woman named Aline Akins in 1961. They were divorced in 1963. In 1963, he marries another woman, Mickey Sulfin, for 4 years, divorced in 1967. In 1967, he goes back to Aline Akins, who he stays with for 5 more years until 1972.
What is this guy doing?
And then he takes the next 5 years or 4 years to be single. He's married from 1966 to 1983. So this is now marriage number 6. Wait, sorry. Did I lose count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is his 6th marriage. Sorry. 8 marriages, 7.
Oh, okay.
Sixth marriage is the longest one so
like
far.
Too many.
7 years to Sharon Lepore. They get divorced in 1983. In 1989, he marries Julie Alexander for a total of 3 years. They're divorced in 1992. And then in 1997, he marries Sean Southwick, and she outlived him. So that is after like 23 total years of marriage. He had a 23-year marriage that took him from when he was in his 60s to the end of his life. So that's crazy. It's just a lot of drama. It's a ton of drama. Dark Matters fan says that he can't wait for the probate fight, which is true. It's going to be. Larry King. This was sort of a recent Larry King moment, but he interviewed Danny Pudi from, or maybe it's Danny Putty from Community and some other stuff, and he asked him what a luxury he liked was, and Danny says that he likes socks and he likes nice coffee And Larry King is like, those aren't luxuries. You can get those anywhere. Tell me a luxury you want. And Danny gets frustrated and he says, I don't know, Larry, why don't you give me an example of luxury? And Larry King is just like, private plane. And Danny Buddy responds, Larry, I'm on DuckTales. Like he just doesn't have the kind of money that Larry King does. Larry King famously, so this is something that I learned about him in researching for this episode, is that he did not prepare for interviews.
Whoa!
Like,
so we have a lot more in common with him than we thought.
He would not prepare at all for interviews. He wanted to like go in fresh, and he wanted to go in fresh.
And it showed.
Let me
well,
see
it just kind of makes sense. I mean, I kind of feel the same way, because if you're like preparing for the interview, I mean, it really depends on what the interview is, I guess. Like if you're doing like an in-depth long interview, it's gonna be an hour long.
Yeah.
It's like if it's like an overview or a retrospective or something, I guess you want to be prepared. But if you're just talking to someone, you want to get a sense of them as a person. Being prepared, I think, is weird. Could you imagine like you're at a party and you meet somebody and you like know everything about them?
Yeah, it's very strange. It's very strange. I just dropped into the chat his interview with Jerry Seinfeld, or an excerpt of his interview with Jerry Seinfeld, where he demonstrates how consistently unprepared that he is.
Yeah, go watch something that's not our show. Good thinking, Michael. But
I was going to recommend that you play it.
Oh, you
stream.
want me to play it? I gotcha. That makes more sense. See, I'm just a jerk. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Okay, what am I doing? You want me to play this on the stream?
Play this on the
Okay.
stream. It's a minute-long clip.
I can do that. Dude, I love this music. Oh, the Marlon Brando, that was a classic.
This is very...
Trying to... Oh my god. Getting an ad for VRBO, which is now calling itself Verbo. No thanks. I pass. Alright, let me see. They don't make this easy to just bring things in.
Deb Jones Talking Shop recommending another name, Reggie Spiro Agnew.
Wow, okay.
After the
Lasted how long?
disgraced
Maybe
vice
upset.
president.
You gave it up, right? I did. So.
Hold on. Crop this shit. No, fuck it. Let's just watch it here. I'll put it in the corner here. I'll just cover Bilo. Because I think that's funny.
That's good.
All right, here we go.
They didn't cancel you. You canceled them.
You're not aware of this?
No, I'm asking you.
You think I got canceled? Are you under the impression that I got canceled?
Have I hurt you, Jerry?
I thought that was pretty well documented.
Don't
This is
most shows
is this
go
still
down?
CNN?
Don't most shows go down a little?
Most people do also. But, yeah, no, I went off the air. I was the #1 show on television, Larry.
You were
Do you know who I am?
Jewish guy, Brooklyn.
Yes.
Okay.
75 million viewers last
Okay.
episode.
Boy, you don't
was
take
like
it so
canceled.
bad.
Well, that's the big difference between being canceled and being #1.
Okay, I'm sorry. We'll be right back.
Jeez.
B-movie opens.
Can we
B-movie
get a
opens.
resume in here for me?
B-movie
that
opens
Larry can go
tomorrow.
over?
We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm on Team Larry on that one.
I am. I also. I mean,
Oh god.
I just like that his reference to B movie. Like I really think he's trying to cut Seinfeld's legs out from under him with that.
Somebody
with that line.
needs to.
But yeah, he did not prepare. He did not prepare for interviews. He just, he went straight from the gut.
Somebody needs to like a comedian needs to get on Comedians Riding in Cars, whatever, and just have like a manila folder, and they get in the passenger seat, and like Jerry drives like on the freeway or something, and then right at that moment just hold up the photo of Jerry Seinfeld with his teenage girlfriend when he was 30 something year old man, and then Jerry will just be like stuck on the Pacific Coast Highway in a buggy, having to talk about how he had a teenage girlfriend. I know people are saying bless you because you sneezed, but I'm just going to assume people are just blessing me for being, in the way that like a pope would bless somebody.
Sure.
Hey, Jerry, remember the time you dated a 16-year-old girl when you were like 35? You met a 16-year-old girl in the park and hit on her and then took her out.
Big, Manhattan was a big movie for Jerry.
Yeah.
Clearly. Not obviously that excuses it. It's very creepy. It's very weird.
Could you imagine dating a 16-year-old girl? Like what? I'm going to be 38 years old in 2 days. I do not want to be around a 16. I can't even imagine being near a 16-year-old girl.
I felt that way as like a grad student in my like mid 20s around like college students. I was like, these people are like too young. Like these are like kids. Like get like.
I mean, I am the one that showed on the show a picture of himself with his pants off around a bunch of 14-year-old girls. But that in context is not bad. And I don't know why I keep bringing it up.
I don't either. It sounds like you have some as President our body said about Kamala Harris, you got some explaining to do.
We got to get President Biden on the show. The problem is he lives on the East Coast, and he's blind.
He lives on the East Coast.
So I don't know why him being blind, but it somehow makes it worse to wake him up at night.
It does it makes it harder for him to like. It means that somebody else has to help him get on the show, right? Like his kids, I think, were helping him when we did the presidential debate.
We've got names streaming in the chat. Reggie Baywatch Nights Gutman from Ice Cream.
Yep, Reggie Knight Rider Gutman.
I see a theme emerging there. Deb Jones with Adrian Francis. Some more. Oh, I like Reggie Wolfman. I'm just scrolling up here. Dijon. Reggie Dijon, I like. Oh, I saw Reggie Alhambra Gutman.
Reggie Mustard.
I like Dijon.
Reggie Mustard Gutman.
And I'll put
Reggie Brown Gutman. Just named after brown mustard because it's the best kind.
Reggie Slaw Gutman. Deb Jones emphasizing Reggie Dylan Gutman. No, I'm not going to do that. It's too common a name right now.
A friend of ours had named their daughter Dylan, which I learned means from the sea.
From the sea.
It means in Welsh. It's Welsh for from the sea.
What does Michael mean? Mom and Dad were too lazy to pick an interesting name.
Basically, yeah. I mean, it literally means who is like God.
Oh, well then.
It's sort of a rhetorical question about God, but it is. But basically, if you were a male born between like 1985 and 1995, it means that your parents picked literally the most popular name for a boy. Ooh. Ice cream cone with Reggie Gutman.
I like that. Bilo, I noticed you've been coughing a little bit and sneezing a little bit. How are you feeling? Should we be worried?
I'm feeling okay. I think. I think I just have a lot of because we don't have a bookcase. Just all
You're
of the
coughing
books
and sneezing because you don't have a bookcase.
All everything just like molders in the room behind me. Like I started off and I had, I would say, let's say, I don't know, 25 feet of office space, about like 5 feet by 5 feet of office space. And that has been reduced, caused by just putting a bunch of shit in this room, down to like 2 by 4 feet of office space, maybe 3 by 4 feet. I have literally no room to move around in my office because there's just like clothes and boxes of books behind me that I can't get rid of until we have a bookcase.
It's tough. That's tough.
So anyway,
did I talk about
the
the cock that I worked with this week?
Did you say
cock?
Cock?
Yeah, white cock.
You white
Was such
cock.
a dumb joke. Yeah. So water was leaking under the door to my office, and I went to this. I did a curbside pickup at Home Depot. I got some caulk, and I caulked under the door.
Mm-hmm.
And it rained today, and it
Nice.
didn't get under the door. So I feel like I felt like a king today, I have to say.
That's great. That's fantastic. Being home all the time does make me want to be able to do things around the house, but for the most part, I can't.
Why can't you?
I mean, like, there are a bunch of broken electrical outlets, or like things that need like a plate put
Yeah.
over them.
Can't put a plate?
I don't think so.
Like
I
an
don't know.
electrical,
Maybe,
like a
maybe
wall
people,
plate?
Yeah, like
You
a
just
wall
screw
plate.
it
yeah.
on, bro.
Okay.
You talking
Well,
about
what
the
about,
plug
like,
or
the-
just the plastic plate?
The plug.
Oh, like the plug? I mean, that you could do yourself too. You just have to turn the power off.
Yeah. I don't know. What?
I put back on the soundboard. All right, I put King, Jay Flesh 10, and Deb
Reggie-
Jones both
Reggie-
liking that one. Here are some.
Reggie Luther King Jr. Gutman. It's actually crazy. It was Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, or the celebration
Yeah.
of it, on Monday. It feels like this week has been so long.
Oh my God!
We have this is the
This
first,
is the first Biden matters.
Dark Matters under the.
Yeah. Should we call? To tell him?
We should. Yeah. Just leave him a message.
What? Should we call the White House? I mean, it's just gonna be
Reggie
a voice.
Gutman.
That's pretty good. Reggie Gutman. Contact us is their phone number. I'm on their website. Just an email form.
Well, we can forward a message, I'm sure. They'll
Live.
appreciate it. So far, I've not heard from the people at Sony about my my Jeopardy audition.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Here we go. Write or call the White House. Comments or switchboard? Guess it's a comment. I don't want to bother the person who has to be in the White House at 1 in the morning. They're probably getting calls from crazier people than us. All right, let's leave a comment for the White House.
All right.
It's ringing.
Thank you for calling the White House comment line. The office is temporarily closed. If you would like to send a message, please visit our website at www.whitehouse.gov/contact. Thank you for contacting the White House.
That was it?
Do you think some people are? Do you think there's like a hangover period where people are still pissed at the old administration and like leave angry messages that are directed to the old administration for the new administration?
I'm trying to call.
For quality and training purposes, this call
I'm
may
just
be
calling the
monitored but will
switchboard.
not be recorded.
Maybe somebody will pick up.
The White House.
Oh, hi. Is there somewhere we can leave a message of congratulations for the president?
You can submit your request in writing, or you can go to our
Oh, it's
website.
just the website, huh? All right. Well, you have a good night there. It must be late there for you.
Yes, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Do you think the White House is like CAA? Do you think they have an answering service?
I do think the White House is like CAA, and I'm sure you can get Joe Biden's assistant on the phone if you want to do a deal for Obi Toppin and.
I bet you know what?
a
If it
second
wasn't
round-
1:30 in the morning, I bet we could get, like less famous members of the Biden administration. You could probably just look them up and call them.
Yeah.
So many
You think we can
names
get,
suggested in the chat here. I hope. Does it save the chat after the show? Because
It does. If you go rewatch the show, the chat
I
is
have
still
to
there.
rewatch the whole show. It doesn't give me a transcript.
That I don't know. You may. It looks like you can just highlight.
J Pill having a great question. What was the point of that White House number? Like somebody like what? Like there's a national emergency going on, and somebody is just like, call the White House. There's a terror attack about to happen. I'll call the general White House number at 1:40 in the morning, Washington time. That's so weird.
Somebody's always gonna, if you want to call the White House, someone's always gonna pick up the phone.
Yeah.
That's
Somebody-
that's how you know the government is your tax dollars hard
Somebody
at work.
very tired sounding.
I heard there was an article that said that Trump on his way out fired all of the like butlers and staff in the White House, so nobody would be there to open the door for Biden on Inauguration Day.
Yeah. That sounds.
Which
I mean,
is
it's probably
which is
true.
Really petty.
Yeah.
It's really petty.
Yeah. I mean, he also hired 2 Russian prostitutes to piss on a bed because Obama had slept on it once. So,
Yeah.
this is the guy that we were dealing with, and that I hope we're not dealing with anymore.
You never know. He might be back. Like you're.
Yeah. Like Jason.
You know what? And it's my uncle's birthday this week.
Should we call
So Uncle Gerald, happy 65th birthday.
Happy 65th. Oh, he's officially. He can
you're
get a
out there
COVID
walking.
vaccine now.
Oh, it's a great.
My dad
point.
can't get
It's
it.
a great
I'm trying to get my dad a COVID vaccine because he had a kidney transplant and he's in his late 60s, and I don't want him to die. It's like fucking impossible in New York City. You gotta log on exactly at midnight and like hit reload on a website. I don't know. I don't have the connects to make it work.
Seems like something that most people in their 60s are not super well prepared
No.
to do.
You have to do it via a website, and they're trying to get old people registered for it. It's like,
Yeah.
What are you thinking? You gotta put it on broadcast. You gotta have Drew Carey do it during Price is Right. That's how you're gonna get old people sign up for a vaccine. Jeopardy.
Speaking of that, there was a reasonable sized LA Times article about young people who are waiting outside of
Oh, I read
COVID
that.
vaccine, like places where people are getting the COVID vaccine. They're just like camping out and hoping that they have extra vaccines or like people don't show up.
And in the article,
and
some of
that
them
they'll
fucking
get
got it.
today. Yeah, a bunch of them got
Some
it. in the article. It's
24-year-old
horrible.
little piece of shit got it.
And then like so many of them just gave first and last names. Like,
Yeah. Oh, that's who we should. Yeah.
Beautiful.
No, there are like old people in the line.
Yeah.
J Pill asking if Kisbaka is coming back. My favorite restaurant. I don't know. We do know Alyssa who works there. We could probably ask her.
The Mozaplex. I don't think the Mozaplex got gutted during. Yeah. I think they got like. I think there was some damage, but I don't think it got like ransacked or anything like that. Though I suppose I should ask Alyssa. But I've seen stuff from Moza since then.
Yeah.
So I yeah.
See, J Flash 10 saying some asshole she works with got it because he's a teacher, quote unquote. That pissed me off too when I see people who are my friends on Facebook who live in other states than New York or California, and they're like, I got my COVID vaccine because I'm a teacher, and they do Zoom class. And it's like, my fucking dad is going to die if he gets COVID, and I'm just trying to get him a vaccine because he literally has no immune system because he had a kidney transplant. He takes immune suppressants, and I'm just trying to get him a fucking appointment, and I see this fucking 35-year-old professor teaching Zoom class who got a fucking shot. I got my got my first shot. Yay! Fuck you. I hate that. Pisses me off so much.
There were so many, like, the article was really like shitty about these people in such a lovely way. They talked about this guy, like two guys in their 30s were doing a jigsaw puzzle with each other.
Oh yeah, did you see the one? Did you read the one? I think there was a New York Times one that was about the people. There was like a bunch of white people from Beverly Hills that all drove down to South LA because they heard there were extra vaccines. So they were in the middle of this neighborhood.
Of course.
Like, you know, black and Latino neighborhood, which is like a high-risk community, or like there are like elderly people in the line trying to get vaccines, and there's just like these white people eating scones in the line. Is that the same article, or was that two different articles?
I'm not sure. There was definitely, they referenced like how the people in the line were like, you know, they were not representative of the community, according to one of the people who was in the line.
Yeah.
It's like, no shit.
Yeah, it's a shame that it's really a shame that, you know, I wish, I wish that, you know, the community here knew about this. Well, you go fucking tell him then. You've got time. I hate everybody. Who do I hate? Who do I hate more? People who like have massive parties at their house, or people who believe in COVID but are like trying to skip the line and get a vaccine. I don't know who don't I hate at this point.
What's also tough is LA, like the COVID numbers are down by like 50% or whatever from last week. Like the number of new infections is down like half from the week before. And part of me is like, oh, it's so much less dangerous than it was a week ago. Like let's get stuff in our house fixed. And the other part of me just is like, the numbers are still it was 20 times higher than it was in July, you know, last week, and now it is 10 times higher than it was in July.
Yeah.
Totally unsafe.
Did you see the
did
you see the sewage numbers, the pee poo poo numbers? They went, apparently they predict the infections by like a week or two in advance, and they went they're like way down. They're like back to like August, September numbers as far as the pee poo poo goes.
Oh,
so they're hoping that's
where are you getting these pee
somebody
poo poo
posted it's like the LA Bureau of Sanitation or something, but somebody posted it on Reddit. I'll try to find the
someone is just they're just like sequencing
the city of LA does like sewage they monitor the sewage for COVID, and it's like pretty predictive of like there's a graph. Hold on, let me find this. Wow. I don't know if I'll be able to hold on. I'll just Google it. Los Angeles COVID sewage. Keep that caps lock on. LA City Sewage Departments. Latest data. Here we go. January 19th, 2021. Latest data. Is this it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, here it is. Oh, it's a PDF. Here, I'll put the link to this PDF in the chat.
This is fecal matters.
This is let's be honest. This is always fecal matters.
Fecal matters is great. Is, you know, because it's.
Oh my god, I would love to install my own sewer meters by my house. I want to know. Hunty saying, "Welcome to Jeopardy! Tell us a story." Yeah, that would be good. That would be my Jeopardy story. Well, Alex, the pee poo poo numbers are looking good in Los Angeles County. That's all I care about is the pee poo poo numbers. That's what I decided to call it. It's the sanitation department, but I call it the pee poo poo. Probably because I have a 2-year-old. We're trying to potty train him.
Aw. Have you done what book are you using? I had Mr. Rogers teach us potty training.
The hot book is called Oh Crap.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a popular one. It's called Oh Crap, and apparently the first step is daytime potty training, you just have them naked all day, and then when they start peeing, you pick them up and you bring them over to the toilet. Yeah. You just leave them naked.
Oh my
Just
god.
a naked baby running around.
Naked baby. Oh boy.
Deb Jones, we're talking about pee pee poo poo. We're not talking about headlines. We're talking about the pee pee poo poo numbers.
Yeah. Listen. Don't listen to headlines. All right. Just listen to your butt.
Listen to the collective butthole. Let me see. Oh yeah, look at this. Yeah, if you look at the pee pee poo poo graph I posted in the chat, that's very promising. But we'll see. We'll see if it means anything. I just keep pointing to say pee pee poo poo. Should we do a seance? I've got this window.
Yeah,
nope, not that one. I've got this window. Oh, that's one of these. Here it is. Got it all loaded up. Oh, I might have to. Oh boy. I clicked on something. Oh, it's not working. I may have to reload it. There it goes. All right. Should we? All right. It's 10:50, so we should do what we set out to do.
That's right. Time to get Larry King on the line.
Is this tasteless? Should we not be doing this? Those are two separate questions.
I think it. To me, I think it's done in the right spirit. I think Larry King had a lot of humor about himself, and I think, he. I don't think he would mind. He loved to talk. There's nothing Larry King loved to do more than talk.
Do you think now that he's recently passed, we could maybe could we capture him and try to get him implanted into Reggie?
We could try. Certainly, we know a lot of. I'm remembering back to our witches episode where we had 3 wonderful women witches and one warlock, one male witch who claimed to be a warlock, who really he was very, very powerful in D&D terms. Like he seemed to have a lot of.
Didn't he say he went into the middle of the desert and
he bound a genie or something like that, or a demon? He bound it using the most beautiful word or the most beautiful lavender oil. It was.
But it sapped all his powers or something. Dark Matters fan is a great question, Larry. Who is your favorite wife? All right, let's try this. 10:52.
Yeah, and we're gonna welcome Larry to the show.
Okay, so we gotta open this and say. Okay, there's instructions here. Use the board at night in a darkened room. Begin asking questions.
Done.
Okay, so we should just talk. Oh no, I lost the pointer again. We're gonna reload it. Here we go. All right, we're here. We're here tonight. We have the intention. I'm closing my eyes. I don't know why. Why we have the intention of contacting Larry King. What's his full name?
His full name is.
Please hold spirits.
Lawrence Harvey Zeiger.
Lawrence Harvey Zeiger, known as Larry King. We're trying to contact you. We know you've recently passed. We're attempting to contact you via this digital medium.
Larry, are you there?
Larry, are you there? G.
G6.
G-O.
Oh, G-O.
Said G-O.
Uh-huh.
Go?
Go.
Is that him saying to start asking questions?
Sounds like it.
Okay. Are you in a good place right now? D. R E Dre.
Dre.
Is that Dr. Dre?
Dr. Dre's alive.
Dr. Dre did have a stroke recently.
Did he?
Yeah,
Oh
he had
my
a
God.
stroke, and I
God.
believe it was a stroke. Yeah, and then there's a photo of him back in the studio after his stroke. Oh no, it was a brain aneurysm. That's what he had. And there's a photo of him back at his studio with 10 unmasked guys. Oh, I lost the pointer again. I gotta reload the board. Do you think that means we lose contact? Larry, are you still there?
I doubt it.
No, that's very fine. I think that means that it's him, because that's his sense of humor.
Hmm.
Okay. Bilo, do you have a question to ask?
Yeah. I would love to know which one was his favorite wife. I feel like we should ask that.
Who is your favorite wife? Six. Okay.
All right. Wife number
Okay,
6.
Okay.
Wife number 6 was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was Sharon Lepore, who he was married to for 7 years, from 1976 to 83.
Saying yes.
I have a question. Larry, what do you think made you a great interviewer?
T. A. P. E. D. Taped.
Taped?
I. Tape D. S. Taped is.
Mm-hmm. Or tape dis?
Yes. Tape dis. Yes. Okay. I don't know what that means.
Maybe it just he felt more comfortable because he was being taped.
Okay.
Maybe.
Hello.
Hello.
Larry, is there a favorite interview? And guys, if you have any questions, give us a call, 818-650-3275. Is there a favorite interview subject? G. O. S. H.
Ghost. Gosh.
T. Goshed.
Maybe you just spelled ghost wrong.
Okay. Maybe.
Or, gosh. I don't know what gosh T is.
T. I. Two. T-I 2 E.
Hmm.
T. T-I 2 E T. Tibet.
Could be Tibet. 2 is B. Tibetan ghost.
Tibet. Maybe the Dalai Lama. W. O. R. S. T. Worst. Oh,
Worst.
the pointer just disappeared. Gotta reload it.
Is that
Worst?
Yeah.
Are you saying you don't like our hosting skills?
I hope not.
No.
I hope not. Deb Jones has let me know that she can't be here for the séance because Deb Jones unfortunately knows that the afterlife is real. So we are
Yeah.
we're a little bit stepping on Deb's toes right now.
6. Again with the 6. Is that the sixth wife, I guess?
Mm.
G. R. A. B. Grab.
Grab.
A. S. E. A. I was going to say grab a seat.
Mm.
Yes. Grab a seat.
Grab a seat.
Okay.
Oh, sounds like he's got a long story for us.
H. E. Oh, it disappeared again.
Mm.
God. H. E. W.
Q.
You see Q? I see W. I.
No, Q, not the letter Q. He will. He will.
He win. He whine. He win.
He win.
He whines. You.
He whines.
He whine. You. P. He winds up.
He winds up. Mm-hmm.
H. E. L. L. He winds up hell.
Wow.
Uh.
Well, it's 11:02.
He winds up hell. Who are you talking about, Mr. King? If you're still with us here.
Yeah, Mr. Zeiger, Lawrence Zeiger, aka
T.
Larry King.
E. R. M. Term.
Term.
P. Term. P.
Trump.
Trump? Yeah.
Terp.
Yes. Okay.
Well, you heard it here. He winds up hell.
Well, Larry, if you're still with us, do you have anything you want to say to our viewers? No. It's after 11:03. Rich Devletyan taking off. Big ups for Rich, our amazing
Thank you, Rich.
musician. Now I gotta play old Rich music so that the show doesn't sound dead, because our show would be nothing without Rich. So thanks again, Rich. So I think what have we learned here? He said he winds. What did he say? He winds up hell. Trimp.
Yeah, he winds up hell. Trimp.
Trimp. Oh, other duck. And the other wine entertains someone by offering them drinks and a meal. Well, that's interesting. Maybe meaning he is entertaining people in hell. That's really interesting. All right, Larry, we don't have any calls for you. We thought maybe we would get some at 818-650-3275. Bilo, you have any other questions? Bilo, move to your left a little bit because you're covered by the board.
I
Yeah,
left.
there you
Sorry.
go.
Moved.
You have any? Do you have any questions for Larry before we sign him off?
Who living do you most admire?
S.
S.
E. A.
Okay.
L.
Seal.
Wait, Seal the singer?
Seal the singer.
Seal.
Formerly married to Heidi
Do you
Klum.
think maybe he means a Navy SEAL or Seal the singer?
It's hard to tell. I mean, both of them, admirable
yes.
in one way or another.
Says yes.
Maybe he likes them both. I would not be surprised at all if Larry King was surprisingly good friends with Seal.
Yeah.
And
Saying 6 again.
I do have one Larry King story, which is that Larry King went to Nate Nails every morning
That's right.
for breakfast, and if you were there early enough, you could see him any day that you wanted to.
You could just see, like, if you were a Larry King stalker, you could just go to the deli in Beverly Hills, and he was, like, always there.
Yep.
Which is closed now, I believe. It's not open anymore.
No, they sort of did a big fake out.
They did?
They're like I think they're moving. Nate Nails, I think, is moving. Like they like claimed to lose their lease, but actually it was more like they broke their lease and they were going to move. But I think Nate Nails is okay. I think they're in okay shape.
Larry says P A S T R M
Piaster?
Pastrami? Aye. Shane Fleisch 10 saying Seal Team 6. Other Duck saying Seal's 6th album was called Soul.
Which is really
That's really...
pretty freaky.
I think he said pastrami.
Seal's 7th album should be called The Seventh Seal.
Oh my God! Yes, it should be. Scott Walker has a song about the Seventh Seal. It's not really an album. Oh, J. Pill with a great question. All right, this will be the last question for Larry.
Great
I don't want to
question.
leave the door open. You're being so
and
generous.
we will have to say goodbye to him.
Yeah.
The
proper way. Okay.
Proper way.
Mr. King. We have a call-in talk show. We should have explained a little bit better, but we're trying to come up with a middle name for my son here. Do you have a suggestion? One that you prefer? I R Gur, and then the connection. I lost the mouse. GIR Gur.
GIR. So it's sort of the first 3 letters of girl. Reggie Girl Gutman.
Reggie Girl. Well, Gur.
Come on, Reggie Girl, let's go.
Oh, now it says Y. It reloaded and it says Y. Guri? Giry. Guri.
Guri.
Yes.
I like it.
It says Guri G. 6.
I like it.
Back on the 6 again.
Feel like we're missing. I feel like we'll have to go and rewatch this tape to really try and dig into what was being
I think
said.
Gary? J. Pill also suggesting Gary? Guri? I don't mind. I think Gary's kind of funny. I wanted to name
like
our
Gary.
kid Gary just because I like old man. Like, there's nobody named Gary anymore. Okay, let's sign off from the board.
All right. Well, Mr. Zeiger, Larry King, it was very nice talking to you. We're going to say goodbye to you now. Thank you for your time.
Okay, V I D O VIDO.
No idea.
Vito. S. P. A. C. Okay, then it died. Vito spec.
Space, maybe?
Video space. Vito. That's kind of a
Video
good middle
space.
name. W. 6. Oh, J-Pill say maybe videos pack. Videos pack videos. Great. Well, thank you so much for being with us. We would like to close
Thank
this
you.
portal now. And
And flip it over.
right, goodbye.
Could be that he's new to it. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the first Larry King seance.
I mean, it has to be, right? Because I think most people would say, like, well, let's wait. he's fresh in the ground.
Yeah. But we want answers. And, we'll get him whatever we can.
All right, well, it's 11:12 somehow already. That means it's after the matters.
The matters have ended. Long live the
We
post
had before the matters today because we started a few minutes early, and we had Dark Matters. Now we have After the Matters, the official Dark Matters after show. I don't know what that was.
That's a great
drop.
theme song.
Well, you know what that means. It's Humpty on the line. Wow, that sound effect lasts a really long time.
Wait, do I have a cue that goes on way too long, just like me?
You do.
You do now, apparently.
Fuck yeah. Great show. Very dark artsy at the end. I have a topic that I have to bring up.
Please.
Because it relates to the topic of this show.
Okay.
Not the Larry King stuff, the naming your kid
Okay.
stuff. You remember like when Facebook started becoming a thing?
When what? Sorry, I played a sound effect over you and I didn't hear what you said. I'm the worst person on the planet. I'm so sorry.
You remember like when Facebook, like the early days of Facebook, like 2000.
Talking about the Facebook.
Like I graduated. The Facebook, yes. I graduated high school in 2005, and a year later, I befriended one of my high school teachers on the Facebook. Once she was on the Facebook, because in the year of the Facebook, only college students could be on the Facebook. So this teacher that I became a Facebook friend with had a kid right about then. Maybe a year or two later.
I don't. Sorry.
And you know how some people, they'll make a Facebook account for their kid?
I guess. So,
Yeah, I've
sort of,
seen it.
Yeah.
Where it'll be like, oh yes, it's like ha ha ha, it's me. The pictures are of me. I'm too young to talk. I think this being 15 years later, I think she just gave him his account.
Oh, weird.
Hamburger.
Like you understand like why that's upsetting to me, that a like robot baby I was friends with for the pics 15 years ago is now a shitty teenager.
Well, how do you know they're a shitty teenager?
Because they did that like emoji avatar thing.
Grab him by the pussy.
Oh no. Ay.
That's how you know. Well, apparently he is in hell, or whines hell.
So, yeah, I just wanted to say.
All right, I'm done. I'm closing it.
Don't make a Facebook page for Garblin or Reggie.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. No, I'm just going to post their pictures against their will on my page.
Yeah.
That's fun, but that's fun. That's the fun and, the fun and cute option.
Yeah. I'm just going to, make a video of him saying Baba Booey and play it for all to see on the internet.
Nice.
Yeah. No, I would do that.
Philo, you look like you're dying.
I do feel a little bit like I'm fading too fast.
Well, what do you think it is? Do you think? Oh, we got some Mother of Garland saying Reggie Hugo Gutman. Then we've got Reggie Take Two Gutman.
Reggie Take Two Gutman. I love it.
What
And then
about
if you have
Action?
5 kids.
Reggie Action. Reggie.
Reggie Action Gutman is.
That's really good. I actually really like that. I feel like Oscar would be
Action
mad
is
that
my
his brother
middle name.
his brother got a better middle name though. That's a problem. So what's it? So we're doing next week. We're gonna do the middle name, Name My Baby show. You said you had a strategy. This is after the matters. Let's talk about this. What's your strategy for getting it out there? How are we gonna do this?
Okay, couple of things. There are like flyering with TaskRabbit is economical if you have a high enough density area.
Okay.
Like you can get flyers put up pretty much anywhere in the country. An hour to 2 hours worth of that for like $20-some an hour. Which is very worth it. Just exceptionally worth it.
Yeah. So how much is it?
It's like between 20 and $20 to $35 an hour for most things on TaskRabbit.
Oh. Hold on, we've got a call in the queue. Dark Matters.
This is Dark Matters.
Hey, what's up? You guys ever heard of guinea pigs before?
Guinea pigs. The animal?
Yeah, like the fat ass rodent.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, thank you.
All right.
All right. That might be my favorite call we've ever gotten on the show. That was with a blocked number. Normally I see the phone number that calls in. That came in with a blocked caller ID. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's a great call.
Yeah, fat rodent.
The fat rodents.
Yeah. I dated very briefly a girl who had two guinea pigs.
Oh, I thought you were going to say her nickname was the fat rodent. Guinea pig as a pet is. My mom had them for her nursery school and kindergarten class.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
They die pretty easy.
I had a guinea pig that died, but so the guinea pig was named after a villain from the Power Rangers. But then I found out that we named it wrong, and it wasn't named after the character from the Power Rangers. I think we might have named it after the character from the junior novelization of the Power Rangers.
That's the most.
This is very
Hunter,
ridiculous.
That's the most
this
Hunter
is very
thing you've
ridiculous.
ever said.
Like, I don't think in the canon of the show the villain was named Pig Out, but in the book it was named Pig Out.
Oh, Pig Out's a good name for a guinea pig.
Yeah.
I hate to interrupt this fascinating tale of rodent naming, but about 20 minutes ago, we received an email.
Oh shit!
From the Tooth Man.
Oh no!
10:58 p.m. The Tooth Man.
I am here for this.
The Tooth Man's password has an accent in it. It's always hard for me to type because the password field doesn't show. You need to hold Option or whatever to type in accent on Mac.
Yeah.
But in the password field is blocked. Okay, let me pull this up here. There's an email from the Tooth Man. If you're just tuning in, somebody has been emailing us since September under the moniker the Tooth Man. They often email us in Brazilian Portuguese
code.
We had some native Portuguese speakers verify that it sounded like Brazilian Portuguese. Wait, let me get this window up here. So let me bring in our window here. We don't know who it is. Here it is. Oh, you know what? Rich is gone now, so I can do this. Look at you. Look at you, Bilo. Taking up only a tiny bit of that.
There we go.
Let me bring this up here so we can get this full screen. So here is the email from the Tooth Man. It is quite long. Reflexal. Oh, this is a reply to the last email you can see here.
Oh no. Oh boy.
What?
This is a long email. Is there an attachment?
There's no attachments that I can see. I don't believe there's an attachment. So let's put it, this is Deep L. This is what we used to translate here. Okay.
I saw Maynard Key. That's the lead singer of Tool.
Didn't we ask him last week? Does it have the outgoing mail sent? I think we asked. Here's what we sent them last week. I actually forgot. So this is what we sent them last week.
Yep.
Yeah.
We are happy to know you are alive.
2 weeks
Our
ago.
show is also alive. We played several times with an old lady who works for the Creative Artists Agency. We also accidentally called a teenager and her mother called us back angry. Another woman threatened to sue us, and we had to take the episode down. Okay, enough about us. Our viewers want to know, what's your favorite Tool album? We hope you have more time for messages soon. Stay safe. Dark Issues. I think we put matters and translated it. P.S. Bilo has a finger infection. That's what we wrote. So this is their reply here. I mean, that's a truly classic email that we wrote. That's a great...
Yeah.
That might be the best PS of all time. Okay. Okay, so here's what the Tooth Man sent. They sent this. This is the original Portuguese message on the left, and we've translated it here on the right.
Let's see.
Somehow, the above animals were released. In the chaos, I once again entered the rooms of the person who seems to be their leader. He is a brutal man, but fair. It's good to know that you are alive, just like your show. Michael, you must be careful with your finger. After I refused the suicide pill, the prison was looted by what seemed to be tooth pirates. This concept is strange for me, too. They seem to have been looking for something, and I don't believe it was me. Even so, they brought me aboard a vehicle and transported me to where I am now. Is that prison? Is that salvation? I don't know, but my heart still beats and my lungs still breathe. I have been working secretly as a dentist for the other inhabitants. I am grateful for my extension. Do you want to read this here? I'll make another paragraph here.
Yeah. To answer the viewer's question, Maynard Keenan once shared with me a wine he produced and described it as a tasting of baby shit. An interesting man, but less than charming. When Anima is the band's most commercial release, Laurerolus is simultaneously the most mature of the work, most collaborative and creative, and was the final album before they started naming songs with Pee-wee's Playhouse characters. I haven't heard Fear Inoculum yet, and I can't fairly evaluate it. I like... what is this?
Lateralis.
I like Lateralis. I hope to get in touch soon. And regarding the Ouija boards, a digital board will never be as effective as a wooden board. Despite the language, ghosts live inside wood and not inside the microwave.
The machines.
The machines.
Wow. That's a great quote. Ghosts live inside the wood and not inside the machines.
You think it's like despite the phrasing, not despite the language?
Probably, yeah.
Is that what it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
The first half of that felt like just a Terry Gilliam thing.
Can't find. I got this video of Oscar playing. There we go. Bilo, you look insane right now. You look like
my hair is really like there's nothing I can do anymore. It's over. It's over for me.
What do you mean it's over? You think your hair? Look at my hair. Hold on. I'm gonna take my. Ow! I can't hear. Look how fucking bald. You can't even see how bald I am.
Yeah, you're lucky. You know.
Too. Look how bald I am. Wait, I'll make it brighter.
All right. That doesn't look great.
Look at this. Look at this.
Doesn't look great. Doesn't look great.
Look at that. What is this?
You know, that's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. Oh, it's too bright in here now. Oh, man. Juverine. Is that a suggestion for a... You do look like Juverine. That should be a middle name for Reggie. Juverine. Hey, maybe I'll slash you with my
feel
claws.
like is Beast Jewish? I feel like Beast is Jewish.
Beast? Oh, because he has the same. Because you're just equating Jewish hair with Beast. The way your hair looks with Beast from X-Men.
Partly yes, but doesn't he? Partly yes, but also doesn't he have an accent sometimes?
I don't know. It's a comic book, Mike. I don't know if he has an accent or not.
All right. Well, if Beast has an accent, you let us know.
818-650-3275.
Wait, did we?
Sorry, go ahead.
Are we going to reply Sorry, are we going to reply to the Tooth Man?
Oh, we probably should. Hold on,
Yeah.
we've got a call. Dark Matters.
This is Dark Matters.
Hey, I just want to know, who do you think would win in a fight, my dad or guinea pig?
Your dad or a guinea pig? Is your dad like an adult human?
Yeah.
And he's fighting one guinea pig.
Mm-hmm.
I think your dad. I feel confident in saying your dad. What do you think, Bilo?
Yeah, I mean, if he's alive and he can move his arms, I'd put or his legs.
Oh, that's true.
I would put money on your dad.
All
Do
right.
you think your
Thank
dad
you.
has a lot of? Wait, sorry, one sec, caller.
Oh, no, they're gone.
did you-
We've lost them.
Ah, so disappointing. So
Another-
disappointing.
Another blocked call.
I really want to know if dad has a cause to fight a guinea pig. So, caller, if you want to give us a call back and tell us why.
Yeah. You never know.
Wait, was that one of our amazing callers from last week?
I have no.
From the
I
chat?
have no way of knowing because it gives a block number when it comes through. So usually, if it's a
Yeah.
recognized number, it'll say how many times that number has called. But this is a blocked number, so I have no idea. Could be.
Oh, I hope we have them back because they were awesome. Oh, we had the Hannah and the Sarah Walker. I'm so bad with names.
Yeah, I am too.
What name are you trying to recall?
They were very,
There were
very
the three,
controversial
women.
listeners. Last week. We've got another another blocked call here. I love it.
All right,
Dark
let's
Matters.
pick it up.
Yep.
This is Dark Matters.
Honestly, personally, I think the guinea pig would win the fight.
Why do you think that, caller?
They're kind of crazy. Like, they're really big.
Well, they're big for a rodent, but they're a lot smaller than, a foot.
Well, I mean, you got to talk about Pig Out, my guinea pig. That was a kaiju-sized monster from Power Rangers.
Yeah.
That's the right response, color. And they hung up. Yeah, goodbye.
Am I just breaking people
I
today?
guess so. I think you've got the power. You're our Wolverine. Who would play? Which X-Man would we play in the movie? Which X-Man would I be? Could I be Professor Xavier so I can sit down the whole movie?
You could be Colossus, maybe.
Oh, wait, I'm not strong. Is that a fat joke? Is there a fat fat
yeah,
X-Man?
it's
There
most-
should be a fat X-Man.
There's got to be a.
Call
a
us
fat
up if
X-Man,
there's a.
you know.
Is there? I don't know a lot about
Belly-
comic books, but is there a fat X-Man? Yes or no? 818-650-3275. Did you say Belly Jeff?
Belly Jeff.
Yeah, Belly Jeff. That would probably be his name. Dark Matters.
Hey, who would win in a fight? Would it be a guinea pig's dad or like a sugar glider's dad?
Wow.
I think a sugar glider.
a sugar
right? More mobility.
Sugar gliders really aren't fighting creatures as far as I know, but neither are guinea pigs really. So yeah, I go sugar glider
Sugar
too.
glider for sure.
But the dad, which dad would win?
Okay, isn't
Like,
this?
one dad works in a coal mine, the other is a white collar guy.
Oh wait, which is which?
Well, the guinea pig, that's the blue
The white
collar
collar.
Oh
guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
I think if there's something to win, if there's something in it for the blue collar guinea pig, that they'll make it happen.
Well, the blue collar guinea pig's dad used to actually pick on the white collar sugar glider's dad back in high school, and now it's happening again.
Other duck in the chat asking, is this the Checkers fiend?
I would say.
This sounds very
I would say,
personal.
Yeah, I mean, where does advantage come from, right? It comes from size, but also the ability to just like control force. And I feel like guinea pigs don't have that ability, you know?
Do you think like the sugar glider's dad could like befriend the dad of the guinea pigs lackeys, because deep down inside they're really white collar workers?
Wow.
I think you just blew my mind, caller.
Mine too.
Okay.
Talon World in the chat says this guy is a genius. Sorry, go ahead, Under.
I think this opens the table up to a more global scale exploration of really mismatched battles in general, and more specifically Godzilla versus Kong, which, I mean, I'm hearing a lot of chatter because the trailer's coming out this week, that King Kong is like 12 feet tall compared to Godzilla, who also shoots fire.
So you're saying
I'm
Godzilla should be favored? You got to imagine.
Yeah, like it's Godzilla, versus versus an ant. Sure, the ant can run around and it might have a stinger, but also I have a flamethrower.
Now, what about Godzilla's?
But who's
yeah,
dad?
exactly. Godzilla's dad versus King Kong's dad.
Well, that depends. Are we talking the OG Godzilla who was originally baby Godzilla? And
no, this is the new stepdad. He's been around for about 3 years, but he kind of feels that him and Godzilla are breaking through here.
Wow.
Yep.
This is fantastic.
Yeah, I think that Godzilla, he's got a hard edge. I wouldn't mess with him.
Whose dad would win in a fight, Godzilla's dad or King Kong's dad? 818-650-3275.
I mean, isn't one of their dads just like a regular guy?
Probably King Kong's dad, right? That's why King Kong's trying to fuck the lady.
The Wolfman.
What?
Well, no, like maybe Godzilla's dad could be an iguana. So maybe Godzilla's dad would lose.
Iguanas are pretty chill. You never see an iguana doing anything other than just like sitting there being super chill. Violet, did you fall asleep again?
No.
You're just resting your eyes. That's like just resting my eyes. It's like a lie. That's a dad lie. That's a lie that dads tell. Or just resting my eye. Nobody's ever just. Have you ever rested your? I've never rested my eyes. It's not a thing.
No,
I'm
it's
just
not a
resting my eyes. What that means is I'm asleep and I'm a liar.
It's important to teach your kids,
Yeah.
how to lie.
You kind of got a flat top from Dick Tracy vibe going with your hair.
I do. That well.
This is
I
after
think
the matters.
It's partly the result of the
headphones.
My headphones pushing my hair down.
Still,
but
it looks pretty good.
It's definitely not my best look.
Yeah. What's my best look?
I think it's just leg up on table.
Yeah.
Right.
Just show off Frankie's legs.
Show off #Frankie's legs.
Yeah. It's always weird when people are so Brother Waxing Hammerhead Bilo. That's pretty good. The Hammerhead Bilo. They're actually tame, right? When people give me like a backwards compliment, when they're like, "Oh, your legs are very toned," like they're surprised that there's a part of my body that's not fat.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm a fat guy though, and my legs are really good.
Yeah,
too.
because you're heavy on top, so your legs get fit from carrying all the weight around. I assume.
Yeah, and it's like a mermaid.
Yeah. Hello, TRV Embra. I'm sorry, I didn't pronounce it very well. Welcome.
Give us a call at 818-650.
That's right. This is after the matters.
That's 818-650-3275.
This is the official after show. How sleepy are you, Bilo, from 1 to 10?
It comes in waves of like being very tired and then it'll go away for about 12 minutes and then I'll be very tired again.
We did reach.
Talon World has said Mimkey Mouse multiple times,
what that is.
and I really want to understand what that is.
Well, 818-650-3275. I talked to or I was thinking about our 21-hour show.
Yeah.
I don't know whether we should do it before the baby comes or after the baby comes. After, I might not be sleeping anyway, but then I'll have duties. But I was going to reach out to the committee and be like, hey, can we just do our 21-hour show? There's nothing on the channel anyway. So we could probably just keep streaming and nobody would even know that we did it.
That's true. You would have to allow me some time to like just sleep on the stream.
No, you can't sleep on the stream. That's the whole.
Can't sleep on the stream.
No, the whole point of the stream is that we're up for 21 hours.
Jesus
because
Christ.
The whole point is
Jesus
the
Christ.
last Brother Wax thing during the delivery. Well, we could try it if it's at nighttime. Definitely, if it's at night, I'll get my laptop and I'll start streaming. I totally would.
Stream the birth. Stream the birth. This is what people
do
want.
that.
This is how
There's
you
a,
get. This is how you get that Twitch Prime. This is how you get those bits, those Twitch bits.
There's like a Facebook group.
Streaming a birth.
I know from when Oscar was born. There's a Facebook group where women stream. They like go on. It's like they Facebook Live. It's like a private group, and they Facebook Live their births. I watched like 2 or 3 of them. It's weird, man.
What this reminds me of is like 20 years ago, like the one live feed in the world was one camera on Times Square. And it was like a 24-hour live feed of Times Square with just a QuickTime camera playing at all times. And now we're just any fucking birth, it's happening.
Yeah.
Like doesn't even have to be the center of the fucking world. It can be anyone's baby coming out of anyone's vagina or anyone's body part.
Well, usually
of
they're
any
matched.
sort.
Usually it's the person's baby who's giving birth.
It's true.
But you never know.
This is true.
You never know these days with technology.
Yeah, I mean, that's Times Square has changed so much in the last 35 years.
Times Square is probably the last place I'd want to have a
Times-
webcam. I don't care what's going on there.
Times Square is horrible.
Yeah.
It was like in that weird time, and it had just been like cleaned for like 5
Yeah.
years, and so they were still really proud.
Yeah. I used to that movie theater on 42nd Street, the AMC that they built, the AMC 25. We knew a secret entrance, so we would break into it all the time, and I would steal posters. I once stole a giant. It was a 6-foot by 4-foot poster of the movie Chocolat, which came out. It must have been about the year 2000 when I would have been sneaking into that movie theater. I smuggled this giant Chocolat poster out of there, and I had it next to my bed for during all of my college. When I would come home from college, it was next to my bed. It's Johnny Depp and Juliette Binoche eating chocolate.
Very strange.
Yeah, and I've never seen the
Very
film
strange.
of Chocolat.
Okay. So there was like this big complex where we had the movie theater was over here, and then you had like the supermarket over here, and then the Kmart, and then the Borders. My friend's mom worked at the Kmart, and so she gave us all for free a bunch of Jurassic Park 3 posters because Jurassic Park 3 was out. And so we took the post, and this was all walking distance from my house, and this was like the summer that we just always walked there, and like that's how we just killed time. And so we just spent an afternoon promoting Jurassic Park 3 at Borders, just outside, like
Just
in competition
with
like,
and not
people
getting paid to
selling-
promote this movie. You just wanted people to see it.
Like, yeah, it was like us and then like people trying to like hawk candy for donations for charities, and then us with Jurassic Park 3 posters saying, yeah, it was pretty good. It was almost as good as the last one, yeah.
I almost got arrested for stealing my charity box candy by the school resource officer. And, yeah.
Like the candy that you're supposed to sell door to door, you just took it?
Yeah, I sold some of it. And then I was like, I bet I could eat some of it and just sell it for more. And it didn't work out.
Brother Wags asking, is that Chess Devil? That's right. It says Chess Devil.
No, this is Checkers
Checkers
Fiend.
Fiend. That's right.
Checkers Fiend.
Yeah. Daddy's got to get that king.
Yeah.
King plural in
those
kings
yeah.
in
Pressure the
in
Kings.
in checkers. Yeah. In chess, just one king.
Pressure the Kings definitely sounds like a Denzel Washington movie.
I'm really interested in what's going through Talon World's mind down in the chat.
I'm interested in what's going on in your mind, everybody watching this. 818-650-3275. Let us know. This is After the Matters. Oh, yeah. Vladdy Daddy forever. What's up? I think that's beer or something. Give us a call. 818-650-3275. This is After the Matters. We did a seance. We talked to Larry King, we hope. And he gave us some messages.
Yep.
He gave us some messages. What a dumb thing to say. Bilo's eyes. We should have a meter. I wish there was some way to have a meter of how closed your eyes were at any particular time. If we do a 21-hour show, how long do you think you would last? I would do a time.
I don't know. I would prepare for it by like sleeping during the
take
day.
A big nap before we start.
Yeah. I don't know. It depends. Like if there's interesting stuff for all 21 hours, you might keep me engaged until like you might like I have pulled plenty of all-nighters. You could probably keep me up till 5 or 6 before I start like really passing out.
Yeah.
I will say, Bilo, you were always earliest to bed for the DCM.
True.
I feel like I would be fine. I could talk for 20. I guess maybe my throat would get sore. I could talk for 21 hours. It's like one of my only gifts is just a spout. I can spout crap.
I
know. I really should have been slightly dumber, and then I could have done sports radio. Because really, the only skill you need for that is just to be able to just constantly talk.
Yeah, that's true. If you are a thinker and you want to be in sports radio, the best thing to do is to just say the opposite of what you think at all times, and then you become Stephen A. Smith, and that career of like contrarian sports guy is that you're made in the shade.
Yeah. Does Mother of Growlin appreciate my skill? No. Well, I don't talk as much at home.
You know what? I do like contrarianism.
Is that the opposite of your real opinion? Is that what you're doing there?
No.
I do feel like Hunter's character, the contrarian is
that's a good character.
It's a good character and very Hunter.
Deb Jones really wants to see my home theater.
Hard disagree.
I literally cannot turn the camera around. I can turn it this much.
Yes, you can.
Yes, I can knock over my entire desk. I mean, I guess I probably could. All right, let's. This might break the show. Let's try. We're taking a big
All
risk
right.
here.
Breaking the show. Breaking
That's right,
the
here we
show.
go. I don't know if we're gonna.
You stick
There's
around
a
for after
lamp
the
behind
matters.
the.
We don't
There's a
just-
lamp behind the computer. I gotta move the lamp.
Nice.
Hold on, I've got some dishware here. Oh, I guess I was able to do
It
that. I
would
guess
be
I lied
so
because
fun.
that kind of actually worked better than I thought. All right, here we go.
All I see is like a mug. I can only see white things in this.
Yeah, well, that's because that's all you can see. All right, there we go. I turned the lamp on. Did that do anything?
No.
No.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
There you go. You can sort of see. Oh, here we go. Did that do anything? I can't see.
That's a carpet.
Here we go. Here's my big screen. Some of the speakers are on boxes and stuff. There we go. You asked, and we complied.
We delivered.
There it is. That's a good frame. Here I am.
Oh yeah. Watch that. Watch something in anamorphic 2.35
That's
to
right,
1.
baby.
On that bad
That's
boy.
right, baby. Oh, there I was. All right, I'm gonna turn this back. Well, that was fun. Let me try to not knock over everything on my desk.
So
Something fell over.
So what that brings to mind, me, and I think this is a very powerful thought. Earlier this week, or last week actually, in fact, we discussed this on the show last week. I was on a
There we go.
podcast about independence.
You were what?
And in the podcast for Independence Day.
Oh, that's right. How'd that go?
I think it went well. I watched it. It's a really uplifting film.
I
But
bet.
I realized that was the first time I had watched it in 2:35 since the theater in 1996.
I think
Like,
Bilo.
I've
I think
only
Bilo
ever
just
watched
fell
that
asleep.
film.
I'm just reading the chat to see what the.
You're reading it with your eyes closed.
My eyes are open. Just narrowly. Just very narrowly. They're narrowly open.
I just think there's some movies you can only watch on VHS, and that's
Can you
Independence-
name one?
Yeah, Independence Day.
Independence Day must be watched on VHS and not DVD.
Dante's Peak.
Dante's Peak.
Emmanuel in Space.
Did you guys
Feel
have
like-
that VHS tape that was the HIV warning thing with Magic Johnson? It's like called Blood
What?
Brothers.
It's called Blood
Oh,
Brothers?
no.
Yeah, it's called Blood Brothers. We had to watch it in 8th grade. It's one kid in New York is like his best friend has AIDS, and they want to be blood brothers.
Oh, no.
You know, so it's them struggling with that whole thing. And then they're like, okay, we'll be blood brothers, and they're gonna cut their hands open, and then Magic Johnson appears.
What?
And he's like, don't do it like that.
What?
Just prick your finger, drop it on the ground. It's the safe way to do it.
Oh my God.
And then he gives like a 10-minute speech to the camera.
Wow. It's crazy. I remember where I was when I heard that Magic had AIDS. I was in the deli by my house.
Yeah. Magic Johnson having AIDS was always sort of a
I
fact of
tried to
life for
find
me. I
this
didn't
on
I didn't know what
the Blood Brothers thing on
AIDS
on,
was.
YouTube, but I couldn't find it. I was hoping we could stream it.
It's called Life Stories: Family in Crisis. Blood Brothers: The Joey DiPaolo Story.
Wow, that was you had that ready.
That's crazy.
Imagine all the other words that could have been in your brain, but those were in there your whole life.
Oh yeah, Life Stories,
Let's see.
Families in Crisis, Blood Brothers, the Joey DePaolo story.
I feel like.
Oh, it's on YouTube. Here it is.
The only way you could have finished that out better is if you said like parentheses 2 out of 2 at the end of it. It's uploaded. Boy, oh boy, one. Boy, oh boy.
All right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Listen, it's 6 cents a minute out here. All right, it's 6 cents a minute.
So that would be for me. Oh, I'm coming up $2 to $3.
Wow, HBO presents. Bum 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 ba-da-da-dum ba-dum 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 ba-da-da-da-da-da ba-dum. Nice. There we go. Glad we've got one Orthodox Jew out there, so we know that we're in Brooklyn.
He shows up at 11:25.
Anthony just told me
Or
about
I believe
Joe.
that's it.
How could you keep this thing a secret? How could you even let them play
It's been a
together?
long time since I've seen
No.
this.
Oh, now you want to talk?
This
Why didn't
is-
you say something
I think
before?
Nancy.
You got one.
Is he starting
Mom?
at AIDS for some reason?
Sorry.
Yeah, he's got AIDS or HIV.
For everything.
And as going through it, it's like I can see. So his two best friends are his Cake Eater from the Mighty Ducks, and then one of the kids from the Sandlot.
Are you almost ready?
And like they're all freaked out about. Like, well, I think one's cool with it, but I think Cake Eater's not. Yeah, and he's at some like kids with HIV convention right here.
You Lawrence Taylor, right?
That's like this whole thing is kids with HIV.
Yeah.
I'm Joey DePaolo. DIPAOLO.
Ah, my bad. Sorry.
In case you want to sign this or something.
Yeah, give me a second to check in. I'm supposed to speak at this dinner.
Me too.
Really? You don't?
Don't look sick.
Also, didn't he
I know, it doesn't
proposition
show,
like
does
a 15-year-old girl and go to jail?
Hey, how
on me.
dare you
How's
besmirch
the world been treating
the
you?
walk-on star of the Water
Not
Boy?
bad.
There you go.
There we go.
Enjoy. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
Thanks.
Right? That was
cool.
him, right? He was the guy who walked on and he was like,
You know, this
I'm
was
going to
worth
teach
winning
you all
a tie
football now.
We said we both go in together.
Hmm.
So, Joy, you follow football?
You bet.
Oh, okay. So I'm getting this confused with. Well, this is like they click their fingers or not. But Magic Johnson did a show on Nick called "A Conversation with Magic About AIDS." Yeah, but this one is too. Like, go to the end where they prick their fingers and then they give like a cowabunga.
Look.
Yeah, Yeah,
All we gotta do is mix it together in the dirt.
I'm so in love with the complete balance of perfect factual statements down to the letter and things that are getting
I
wrong.
think I better go, guys. Getting late. Yeah,
Is that guy
just wait
wearing a
second,
hat that says "cunts" on it?
You
Oh,
okay, Joey? I think he's just
that makes
freaking
more
out.
sense.
Yeah, like about minute 25.
Armed with only his athletic prowess and indomitable courage,
He battles injustice as the Crimson.
Yeah, they made us watch it.
This is how to do it.
They really did it.
Oh boy.
Just a drop on the ground.
Look, he's passing the needle, isn't he?
This is horrendous. I feel like
Yeah, well, they became friends again.
All we gotta do is mix it together in the dirt. Cool. Yeah.
we'll become blood brothers. 2 more. This is Dark Matters.
Yo, it's David. What's going on?
David, welcome back.
Yo!
Yo!
Yeah, just one
What's
step away.
up, David? How's it going?
It's going alright, man. It's going alright. Then we
How,
sack of shit. So
Yeah, I get that. How you do anything good this week?
this week, what did I do? Shit. Me and my friends finished watching because he never watched the Marvel movies, so we watched those.
Like the whole cinematic universe?
Yeah. We watched the entire thing because he didn't watch any of them. It's like three, like the entire this month, I think. Or no, since
I mean, there
Christmas.
are how many movies there? Like 20? There are more than 20 movies, aren't
It's
there?
it's over like 20 some movies. Yeah, it's quite a few. Yeah, it's quite a few. So what have you got? What have you guys been up to? What's been going on?
Yeah, I got a bookshelf.
Okay.
That's about it.
That's disgusting. You can't be seriously watching Home Improvement. There's no way. Oh, okay.
I am watching Home Improvement every night. Every night I just watch, like 3 or 4 episodes before I go to bed.
Oh my fucking God.
I just love.
It's like.
I have no idea. I don't know. What street? What streaming service would put Home Improvement on there?
I remember Amazon used to have it at one point.
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear
Check.
you. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear
Check.
you. That's weird. Yeah, I can
Check.
hear you.
I can hear you on the phone.
I can hear
Check.
you. That's weird. Yeah, I
Check.
can hear you. Weird. I just heard you say check on the stream. I'm pretty sure. Stream. I'm pretty sure. Oh no, I guess I'm wrong. Stream. I'm pretty sure. Uh-oh. Stuff is getting I guess I'm wrong. Real scary. Stream. I'm pretty sure. Uh-oh. Stuff is
It's great. I can have a conversation with nobody.
Real scary. Stream. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Frankie. I agree that I am the better co-host. Uh-oh. There's a loop. I don't know what's happening. All right. Frankie is about to take a call, so I'm going to respond to it. This is Dark Matters.
Oh shit! Sorry. Is there any chance you guys can pull up a YouTube video on the stream? Yeah, because it's hilarious. You have to see it.
All right, there's a hilarious YouTube video. The problem, of course, is that it's hard to send a link through the phone, so we'll have to search for it.
Well, yeah, I would tell it. Yeah. Okay. Can you go on YouTube and search "Happy Friday Major"?
Okay, Happy
And
Friday.
then it's a video of a. Yeah, and then it's a video of a dog howling. And I just play it on the stream. It's hilarious. You have to see it.
I trust this.
You can trust me. It's just a video of a dog. It's just fucking hilarious. Oh, yeah, there. That's. Well, I see it on the stream, at least.
Here.
What the fuck is Happy Tree Friends? Okay.
Major, do you know what day it is?
Yeah. Comedy Gold.
It's Friday. Do you know what
There's
that means?
That means
Dark
it's treat
time. Here.
There we go. And now,
Oh, goodness. Here, take your treat.
Yeah.
Good boy.
Dude, that dog is cray in a good way.
that's good. That's
Oh,
you don't need
Yeah,
an alarm if you have a
okay.
Shiba. Frankie doesn't exist. He does like Marble Olympics though. I do. Yeah, nothing like marble races.
I was proved wrong. That was a good idea.
Yeah. You should. Yeah. Nobody can hear Frankie. Frankie is saying he can't hear. That nobody can hear him, and that he needs to do sign language. I guess I should be just repeating everything that you say for the benefit of everybody. Okay, Frankie's proposing an idea. Now he thinks he's fixing it. Check. My name is Michael Bilo.
My name.
Yeah. Frankie says my name is Michael Bilo. And
Check. There we go. Now it's
There we
back.
go.
All right, I figured
Check.
it out. I'm back.
there we go.
Wait, is there audio
Yeah.
from me?
Yeah, it was just something my mic wasn't coming through.
You were always.
You guys could hear me, but it wasn't coming
You were
through
always
on
on
the
the
stream
audio.
for unknown reasons.
Deb Jones loves dogs. Deb Jones loves dogs. She's got 3 pugs.
That's too many pugs. I'll say it.
It is too many pugs. It is too many pugs. people who get a lot of the same breed of dog, it's questionable.
There's a couple in my neighborhood that walks 4 beagles, and they look like they're in their 50s. I don't know whether it's a replacement for children they never had or a replacement for children who have left the house, and it really changes the narrative depending on which it is.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure you could find it out whether
I could talk to them. They don't wear
had
masks
kids.
when they walk around.
Who wants to
So I
talk
don't-
who wants to talk to your neighbors?
Well, they must live a few blocks away. Brother Wags, we did talk about the Danny Putty video, the DuckTales video. We didn't play it, but we talked about it.
Yeah, we played his video with Seinfeld, of a clip of his interview with Jerry Seinfeld when Jerry Seinfeld was promoting the Bee Movie.
I dated a girl who was 16 when I was 35. Those are the lyrics. I don't think if you know that those are the. You know how some songs have lyrics and you're not aware of them. Those are the lyrics to the Seinfeld theme song.
The Seinfeld theme song,
Dating high school girls is totally appropriate. Dating high school girls is fun.
It's not.
When you're 38.
Wait, is Jason Alexander okay? Because like we all like Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and we all know Michael Richards is a racist, but like big kind of lanky, weird Michael Richards, and Jerry Seinfeld, as we've discussed. Is George Costanza okay?
I think he's fine. I
Is
think
Jason
he's probably got
Alexander
like $100
like
million.
an okay person?
I'm sure he's fine.
Wait, No. I mean, like, is he a
Oh.
like, monster of a human being?
I feel like he's probably thinks
he did The Producers, right? It was like after Nathan Lane and whoever Matthew Broderick or whatever.
Did he
it
do
was
the Producers, or was that just on Curb Your Enthusiasm? No.
Oh shit! It's
No.
confusing. I don't know. I think
It was Larry and David Schwimmer on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
The chat is still on Jerry Seinfeld dating a 17-year-old girl when he was 38 when he was 38 years old. And
Age-appropriate
Deb Jones Talker
dating
Shop
is
says
for suckers. Bum, 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 bum.
getting coffee in cars with children.
Now that seems like if a Pack sketch team hasn't done that video, get on it, guys.
That's funny. That's real
Hey.
funny. And
Who are these teenagers and what's their phone numbers? Thank you. That's my bad Seinfeld impression. That was a really bad Seinfeld impression.
You just, airbags, they're so good. But the problem with airbags is you can't put a car seat in the front seat, and that makes it really hard for Jerry Seinfeld to date.
Yeah, especially the rear facing. He likes them young.
we are accusing Jerry Seinfeld of dating babies.
I wouldn't put it. I mean, dating. And that's the lyrics to the Seinfeld theme song, right?
Yeah.
Dating babies is for me. My name's Jerry.
Well, I mean, that was the actual a longer version of the title of his movie, right?
Yeah,
Baby
baby
movie.
That's right.
I feel like I've lost.
What'd you lose?
Frankie's voice.
Well, did you? Have you lost me now? Because I'm
I don't
on.
know.
I'm coming through the.
No, I no. Sorry, maybe you were just quiet.
I
for-
think I
for a
just
bit.
shut up for
This
once
is
in, in my damn life.
I have this is not going to help you replace Mike Francesa, so you know.
Mike
Or
Francesa.
Francesa. I don't know how. I don't know how he pronounces his name. I'm not from New York.
Mike Sports Radio with a Mike Francesa.
Francesa.
Our specials today. Mike Francesa.
We've been.
Can you-
Sorry, go ahead, Hunter. I'm sorry.
I just feel like it's amazing to imagine that Francesca and Russo sat in a room together for 20 years and didn't murder someone. Like that combustibility.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Mike and the Mad Dog.
Yeah, Chris
Russo. That's my Mad Dog impression. Mike, here we are, Mike. The Rangers. The Rangers! They did it again, Mike. The Rangers did it again. I don't know, dog.
My favorite part. After the two of them broke up, he got a job on the MLB Network, Chris Russo, doing a daily show on the MLB Network at 10 every day. And he clearly doesn't like baseball as much as every other sport.
Can I just
day
play?
job was pretending to look
For those of you
baseball.
not from New York, here I'm going to play this. So WFAN is the sports radio station in New York. Is it this one? Nope. Is it this one? Yes. These are like, they have this like frickin' choir that they hire to do all their theme songs, still to this day, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, what?
Oh no, this is old. I want the WFAN sports radio jingles. Hold on, I gotta have this.
Thank you, Deb Jones. I'm eating macaroni and cheese with spinach.
That's a great vegetable addition.
My mom suggested it.
Mm. We've almost been streaming for 2.5 hours because we started the matters early, or at least my recording is 2 hours and 24 minutes now.
Yeah, I got here early and you guys were already
Yeah,
on.
we did before
That's
the matters. That's right.
Because I try and get here early so I can watch the commercial. Okay, my
Here we go.
dad
Wait,
has
here,
a
wait, this.
problem with those. Because we have to have like our buffer video before the show so that no one has to watch the commercial.
Yeah.
And he gets frustrated. He has to fast forward through it. But it has to be there for the live show because I want everyone to see the live show.
Mm.
What am I going to do, Frankie? What am I going to do, Michael? My dad is like 12.5% of my audience consistently.
Sorry, what is the question about what you're supposed to do?
That's also a great question.
You know.
Is it a great question?
just tell your dad you love him. Just send that out. Put that out there.
All right. Okay,
Yeah,
I want to play this.
I think
I want
he
to play
just-
this clip. It's called Mike and the Mad Dog Argue About Yankee Stadium. I don't even know if this is a good clip. I just want you to get this.
They're all
I want you to get this. It's from.
So, Chris, you hate every New York team, Chris.
Hey, here's the point.
What does that have to do with the argument, though? I don't understand what that
The
has to do
Yankees
with it.
don't need the Yankees do not.
Hey, here's
Mike
the point.
disagrees. Fine.
Here's the point.
You are not
does that
going
have to
to
do with the
convince me.
argument, though? I don't understand.
With 4 million fans going into their games, 26 championships, money hand over fist in a ballpark that Tony Russo still loves going to. You are not going to convince me that the New York Yankees, now, they might want a new stadium so they can charge $25. They don't need a new stadium.
I've been a fan forever, and I've been going there since 1961, and I've gone there for thousands of times, and I personally felt that they need a new stadium because I think it is cramped. I think underneath it is cramped. I think they don't have any of the modern amenities that a Camden Yards has. Right. They don't have any of the modern amenities that any of these wonderful new ballparks have that I think are very fan-friendly that make the experience of the ball game a lot more fun.
Doesn't seem to affect anybody, Mike. There's still 4 million fans there.
That doesn't mean they won't like it more when they have a ballpark that's nice. Why shouldn't anybody? Do you like going to the ballpark if
Here's Mike Francesa falling asleep on the air.
Any terms yet. I think he's thinking about getting healthy and pitching next year on opening day. John in Connecticut, what's up, John?
Hey, Mike. Thanks for taking the call.
Yep.
Listen, the whole Jets quarterback situation perplexes me a lot.
This really reminds me of Bilo.
You know, when
you on Thursday
Sean
Night Football real quick. I question whether or not a doubleheader on Monday night, like they start the year every year, would be wiser. I can't believe
he totally fell
players
asleep.
enjoy this, and I know doubleheader Monday night would be much more enjoyable.
He's like,
Thursday night
oh,
to me, at least.
this is you, Bilo. The last hour of this show.
How they got the players to agree play on
Yeah,
Thursday
well, the show runs till 11 o'clock. And then we do another, and then we do more additional content that people need.
This is the 21-hour show, by the way. I didn't tell you in advance, but this is the 21-hour show. No, just
oh my
no, just
God.
kidding. That would be pretty good, though. I mean, it is my birthday on Monday. It would be cool to do a show that lasted until my birthday.
That would be cool. Maybe I can just piss my pants right now, just you know, as a
just
as a
spill
celebration.
water on your lap and then say you pissed your pants and then stand up.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
All right, should
that feels.
I'm gonna be 38 years old.
Why?
Why? I don't know. It wasn't my choice.
You know, you're just a jerk. I mean, you're really just stupid. I mean, it's not even clever or funny or anything. It's just dumb.
Somebody suck that baby's dick! Somebody suck that
I'm very much enjoying the Bodega Boys soundboard that
that's from the Bodega Boys soundboard.
J Pill just sent over.
That was somebody talking to Jerry Seinfeld in that last clip. The somebody suck that baby's dick. That was. I wonder what the context for that is. I got a text. It's probably my wife telling me to come to bed. Just a picture of her.
So
with
can I
TKO.
ask?
Yeah.
Is because I'm eating spinach in my mac and cheese. It's kind of like cutting it real well. Is spinach a legume or a nut?
It's neither. It would be a leafy green vegetable.
This is what we're gonna have on our 21-hour show. It's just gonna be this
Bazinga.
Categorization of.
I don't understand what Bazinga is, by the way. I know it's from how Big Bang Theory or something, but I don't really I don't understand what it is or what it signifies.
All right. Well. Deb Jones asked, "Does Frankie like cookies?" And I think the answer is no longer.
No, I can't have cookies. Too much sugar.
Too much sugar.
Michael, should I bring back Alton Brown?
I remember your Alton Brown. He was a fun guy.
Wasn't that we had a couple like recipes that were real things I did.
Yep.
I think
Food
the one
matters.
that you wrote into a bit was pretzel water, right?
Pretzel water, yeah. Because you like dipping pretzels in water to make them to get the dust off of them.
Yeah.
I don't know what these are.
Like
people are asking for 2 more hours. Listen, I can't. I feel like it's completely unjustifiable.
Nobody else on Twitch fucking justifies their existence.
I mean, they should.
Why do you need to justify? Why do we need any justification? Look, I can keep going. I clicked on a crickets.
If I call, what do we talk about? A ZZF baby. We talk about whatever you want to talk about. This is after the matters. There are no rules. The rules are off. So you call in.
Why not? It's a lot of pressure. I realize a lot of people, you just say, like for me, when it's like talk about whatever you want, I'm like, all right, I'm in. But a lot of people are like, well, what is this?
Yeah. But the answer is like, what is talk about your week, talk about something that they got Spanky, and I haven't even scratched the surface of that.
We haven't scratched the surface of rain in Los Angeles. We heard some
Rain
thunder
in
a
Los
few days
Angeles.
ago.
Oh boy.
Oh, I'm gonna go. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna go feel my carpet and make sure it's still dry because I caulked properly under my door.
Yeah, go feel your carpet.
I'm gonna go feel my carpet. This is
go touch some carpet.
I
Talk
went
about
to a networking event today.
What? How'd you go to a networking event?
It was on a Zoom-like app called Hio. It was terrible.
Hio?
Because apparently everyone else did great over the pandemic.
Oh, I see. But what was the networking for?
There's nothing. What's that?
What networking for what? What do you network like what?
Oh, it was like alumni bullshit.
Oh, I see.
But like,
The American
there's
Film
nothing
Institute. We've got a call here. Dark Matters.
Yeah.
This is after the Matters.
This is Dark Matters.
So what's your favorite acronym for memorizing the taxonomic hierarchies?
Yeah, there are a lot of them, but I feel like the ones that I learned in school are no longer valid. But I learned King Philip can go down and eat breakfast. Is that right? No, that can't be right.
No, that can't be right. B? What the hell is a B?
Yeah, there's no B. King Philip can can go down and eat breakfast is from music. I think that's a circle of fifths. Is CG A.
I always like my very excellent mother just served us 9 pizzas. What do they do now that there's 8 planets?
Yeah, she just served us nothing or noodles or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, noodles, if you're talking about spaghetti, King Philip came over for good spaghetti, I guess.
Yeah.
For good spaghetti, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and D for domain, which was like sort of a thing when I had high school biology, and now is more.
Is that not a thing anymore?
No, domain is a thing. But domain above kingdom is like domain. I think was maybe referenced in my bio textbook, but like was like definitely referenced in like my college and grad school bio textbooks, but it was sort of not there.
Look how awake you seem right now, Pilo. You've awakened.
That's because we have some real stuff to talk about, and not like a soundboard that you're just clicking for fun.
For fun? Which aspect of life? Which domain? Do you consider Monera a thing? Is that a real thing?
Monera, I think Monera isn't a thing anymore, right? Because they split it because like it's there are 3 domains and like Archaebacteria and Eubacteria are what Monera used to be.
Are they the new Pluto?
Monera to me sounds like an MLM that like some woman tries to sell you on Facebook.
Monera does
I am a
sound
Monera.
like or like a new type of cryptocurrency.
I'd say Monera. Monera would be a great name for a cryptocurrency.
But like the thing that shouldn't exist are protists, right? Protists, which are like slime molds and like single-celled eukaryotic organisms.
Speciesist.
You see, is it speciesist? Just I'm not saying.
I guess
I'm
they're
not
not
saying
quite
that
plants.
we
They're
should
not
get
quite
rid of
animals.
them.
They're
I'm
not
just
quite
saying
fungi.
classification shouldn't exist. I'm sorry, I talked over you. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what category they fit in. They're all over the place.
They're all over the place. What else? What else we got? There are other good acronyms to remember, like the cranial nerves. That one also has a dirty acronym.
Oh yeah, the cranial nerves.
You can make anything dirty, Michael. You can make anything.
I mean, you can, but some of them are more naturally inclined to be
we
dirty.
could have changed out spaghetti for sex or something.
We could have changed out spaghetti for sex. King Philip. What is this?
Game over for good sex.
Came over for good sex. King Philip. What is King Philip doing coming over? Why is it, why
Who's King
not
Philip?
Kendrick?
The only Philip
Yeah.
that I know that's royal is like that Spanish dude. What year
Why
was that?
not Kendrick Perkins? Oh, that's a KP.
How the hell do you know about Kendrick Perkins? How do you know?
What do I know about Kendrick Perkins? I know
Yeah,
plenty
what
of
do you know about Kendrick Perkins?
Yeah, I have the
What
same
do I
question.
Play for last.
I don't know. He's like 6'9". He played on some good Celtics teams and some pretty shitty. He was like a bad and overpaid player on a couple of Thunder teams.
Nah,
And
he
now
was fine. I mean, he was an enforcer. You gotta have that guy.
Yeah,
He had that spunk.
Yeah. But he was like a much worse Draymond Green and like so dirty and such a dirty player.
All right, I'll take that. But go on with the cranial nerve acronym. Go on.
Cranial nerves is it's OOO to touch and feel, and then the next one is V for like vagus, the vagus nerve. And
some
so
very good velvet. Some good velvet.
something like that.
Yeah. Do you consider I've heard this talk about a cranial nerve 0? Do you believe in that shit? Sorry,
I
can
don't.
say that?
I have no idea. I do not know. I do not know much about human anatomy or physiology. Or
Yeah,
I suppose
that's what your
I know
wife
more than-
told me.
Wow. Look at this.
That's right.
Dancing.
Got you. See, this is what happens if you just keep going with the show. You get the energy back.
It's true. It's true.
And you also need to put some more drops. I gotta hear some more drops. Let me hear
I
those.
need to get.
You got an air horn?
I used to be able to search,
Yeah.
but now I forgot
Bazinga.
how. Here we go. This website, they got rid of the search function, I think.
Please tell me, can you get some prequel meme or just prequel drops like this is where the fun begins or something?
Probably.
You could do that.
Can you get one that just says
what
DJ
else?
Khaled?
DJ Khaled works. It's close to prequels.
That one's called Lego
What?
Yoda
Was that
Death
Yoda?
Sound.
Was that Yoda?
Sound effect.
I never even really heard that noise until like the past month. Thanks. God bless the internet, because I would never known it.
God bless
Oh
the
man. What's the name for your next show?
Amen.
I don't know what any of these are. I swear this had a search function last week when I was doing this.
What are you using to search for? all
It's
this?
just this website is called myinstance.com.
Oh, also, you know what? I got my own stream, not on here, but on Zoom, I guess. I don't know if Zoom will let you do it, but can you just like straight up play sounds from your computer onto the thing, or do you have to share
you
the screen?
can.
How you
gotta
find
get
it?
well, I'm on Mac. There's a program called Loopback, and you can basically it makes it makes like a virtual audio device. So it's like you can take any program and you can route the audio to any other program.
I'll look into that. So much appreciated.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know if you're.
I gotta spice up my lectures.
Gotta spice
you know?
up your lectures. Any lecture that has audio drops that's like.
Oh, you playing Minecraft? I like your cut, G.
I don't know what that is.
Oh,
I'm
God.
probably too old for that.
Well, you're not playing Minecraft.
If I played a Jeopardy job, would that give you flashbacks?
Yeah, absolutely it would. Absolutely
Bad
it would.
Flashbacks to last week where
most
you
of-
competed in Jeopardy, where you hosted Jeopardy. It was your host audition.
I hosted. Hopefully Sony will come back to me and say, you know what, Ken Jennings, he's got the name, but he doesn't have
Have the hair.
what it
Does
is.
he? I don't get all this hype for him. Why? Yeah, he was a great champion, but I don't get the hype for him being host. Let's hear you talk smack about him. Talk smack about him. Go on.
Yeah.
He's also just a big anti-Semite, and I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a big anti-Semite. His buddy, the Bean Dad, has definitely.
Who the
made
fuck
some
is the
anti-Semitic
Bean
comments.
Dad? I want to need to know about.
You don't
I've
know who
never
the
heard
Bean
of
Dad
the
is?
Bean Dad.
The Bean Dad was like the thing. It was like the Twitter thing of January 4th,
Oh,
2021.
I'm not on Twitter. That's why.
Yeah, and then January 5th there was one other thing, and January 6th there was an attempted coup. But the Bean Dad is the co-host of Ken Jennings' podcast, and
his
he,
name is
like,
the Bean Dad.
It is so funny.
He's referred to as the Bean Dad because his daughter was hungry, and he gave her a can of his 6-year-old daughter was hungry, and he gave her a can of baked beans and a can opener to open the can of baked beans, but it was like it's one of those ones where you have to sort of clamp it on, and it sort of circles
Can
around the
opener.
outside, and the kid did not know how to use a can opener. And so then he just let the kid struggle and cry.
Wait, in what
with the can
context? Like,
opener
was this
for
a
hours.
video that he posted or something?
No, he just talked about it as like a thing that was good to do.
Like it built character
that he was
that
a
she
great
learned
dad
how
because
to
he was
open a can of beans.
exactly. Except she didn't. She just didn't know how to open. She never figured out how to open the can of beans.
But wait, so people only know that because he told them.
Yes, correct.
It's January 23rd, and I'm hearing someone explain the Bean Dad again, and I feel like this January will.
Wait,
never
so
end.
what? Wait a second.
I've actually this is the first time.
Yeah. Well, wait, but what? So what were the? That's the problematic thing that he said was that he tried to teach his daughter a lesson by.
No, then he also said some stuff about Jews.
Oh,
I forget
okay.
what he said about Jews. People just don't like him because people don't like it because of his weird experiments that he does on his own daughter.
Yeah.
Or like he seems to take joy in being unnecessarily obtuse with his child, and then bragging about it on the internet as an example of good parenting. But then he also said some stuff about Jews. I don't remember that part. I remember
What's the name of a triangle that's not acute? It's not isosceles.
Scalene.
No, acute and angle.
Yeah.
Oh, Bermuda.
Scalene would be a good name for a
Okay,
the
you said
girl
obtuse,
baby.
and I thought of that.
Yeah. should give
No one
your
cares about stealing triangles.
give your dog give your child a good caller while you're on the line. Frankie, we're gonna name his baby next week. Do you have a idea for a baby name?
It's the middle name, so the first name is Reggie.
So Damian Lillard, if you know who that is. Damian Lillard just had twins.
Damian
and he
Lillard
named
is.
He just had twins, and he named one. There was a girl and a boy. Named them Callie and Kaylee. Spelled basically the same, but with an extra I.
Whoa. Callie and.
Because he's from California.
Oh no.
He was about. I hear he was about to name his daughter Oak Lynn, like OAKLYNN. Honestly, he should have done that, but.
Yeah.
So how about those names?
It's like when you're good at one thing.
Name your kid Al. Name your kid Al Hamra.
Yeah, Al Hamra Gutman.
Oh. How about
as someone who has a dumb name, because I was named after like people who I should not have been named after at all. I was named after a guy named Catfish. I support people going nuts and ruining other people's lives because you know what? I need people in my boat.
I feel like Hunter is a relatively normal first name. It's rare, but I don't think it's
not rare now. It's pretty hip now.
It wasn't when I was a child. When I was a teenager, when I was about 17, that's when it started hitting one of the big names. But like the way I always explain it to people is, I was a New York Jew with a grandmother in Florida. We would drive up and down the coast every summer because that was the cheapest vacation we could do.
What does that explain? What are you explaining with that sentence?
What I'm explaining is we had so many rest stops and we would do so many like cheap Disneyland packages, and my name would never be on a keychain or a mug.
Yeah, mine either. Not the spelling.
Yeah, you're the anti-Bort.
Yeah.
I love the good Bort.
And by the way, as someone who has had a Universal Pass for the last 7 years, I've seen Bort more than probably I am.
How about you named your kid after the famed guitarist of U2?
The Edge. Oh.
And you can just call him
That's
Edge
really
short.
The Edge as a middle name.
Edge
Reggie
Lord.
the Edge is pretty good.
Reggie the Edge.
It works.
Edge. Call him Edge.
Reg the Edge.
Or you can call him Homer Jr.
Reggie Homer Jr. Gutman.
Wait, hold on. Reg the Edge, and then that, you know what the initials
R-E-G.
Oh shit!
So he's triple Reg.
Triple Reg.
I think I like the E for the middle name. We were gonna do B for Ruth Bader Ginsburg, but then we were like, nah, I don't know. That seems too August 2020. No, I mean.
Same way Catfish Hunter is so July 1987. No one ever would have given that name to anyone unless that was exactly the week he was fucking inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Thank you, caller. That was a very well timed. Very well timed.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize. Yeah, the Hall of Fame induction in 1987 was the day before I was born.
Oh, really? Well, there you go.
Wow!
Did you just discover your own origin story?
Okay, you want to hear my fucked up origin story? For
the one that
decades,
involves
I was
your
told
parents having
that
sexual
on my
intercourse?
8th day, I went to my first Yankee game.
Okay.
Now, I knew that was bullshit. I got my dick cut off on my 8th day.
I think.
Oh.
He was circumcised. Not his entire dick.
Just the tip.
Oh, we're not going transition.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so here's the thing. I finally said, you know what? I want to see what was that first game. What was my origin story? And the Yankees were out of town for like 2 weeks.
So they just lied to you.
I think, yeah, I don't know. But like,
I brought Oscar to a Dark Matter show when he was like a month old.
Oh,
That's
I
the great
remember
thing
that.
about a newborn baby is that they just sleep all the time. You can kind of just take them everywhere. Not so when they get a little older.
Like they don't cry everywhere.
He was
But
he
they're
was
due-
pretty chill. He didn't cry that much. But yeah, he was a pretty deep sleeper. But he was really young. We would take him.
The key is giving a shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, whiskey, or just have a kid that's really calm and you don't understand why, and you just hope it keeps going on. You hope to God. You hope he keeps saying, "I love you, Dada. Dada, sit down, give a hug."
Oh, this is the wholesome
Yeah,
hour.
this is the wholesome hour. My child is pure
Yeah,
light.
well, hour three is the hour 3 of the 21-hour show. Is the
Wholesome hour. We're doing it. We're going
Hour
21
4 gets
hours.
very blue.
We're
Wait
hour
till
4
hour
is gonna
18.
be very blue.
That's when it goes
Yeah,
down.
hour 18 is that's when the show is legal, baby. That's when anybody can fuck the show.
you know, I actually have a countdown to when the show is legal.
Yeah, you can't wait. Yeah, how creepy is that? You know how there would be like websites or whatever.
It's the worst.
And people would be like, "Yep,
Be
that's
like, Greta Thunberg just turned 18.
what is that true?" By the way, that seems too old for her.
That is
She's
true,
18 already.
yes. I think so. Yeah.
Wait, who's
Greta
18?
Thunberg, climate
Yeah.
activist. I thought she was like 11, like last year.
Wait, how old is she?
I think she's 18.
No, is she?
I just know that like I appreciate
yeah.
everything she's done. I just don't need a huge ass mural of her face in my town. I don't want to look at her face. Is that bad? Is that rude? I feel like it's rude.
She's 18.
Would you say the same thing about, how would you feel saying the same thing about, or if somebody said, the same thing about like Martin Luther King, that I don't want to see his face. I get he's a good guy. I just don't want to see his face around my town.
I just feel like he's done a lot more.
That's fair. That's fair. I think it also, helps to be dead. When you want to
Helps
project,
to be dead, Michael
use a
Viola.
statue to project. It does help to be dead.
Dev Jones saying hour
It does
18
help
is
to
when
be dead,
Seinfeld
huh?
dumps the show because it got to be too old. Date teenagers when you're in your late 30s.
Question: Do y'all watch reruns? Do you rewatch Seinfeld or Friends?
I
or
rewatch
stuff like
Seinfeld,
that?
yeah. We put it on when we go to sleep sometimes.
I don't know why I can't rewatch Seinfeld. It's like I can replay the episodes in my head, but just watching them again kind of irritates
Huh.
me.
It is. I noticed because when we're trying to watch it when we go to sleep, it's very noisy. It's very noisy, and I think the music especially makes it very like. It's kind of grating, and it's very bright. The colors are very bright. Like the clothes are very bright.
And I've also been drawing parallels to shows that are not that new, but like I've just started watching IT Crowd. Have you all seen that?
Yeah, when it came out, I
Just very, very similar situations to Seinfeld, like where you dump someone over some trivial thing. Like the dude looks like a magician, she can't handle it, so she dumps him. Spoiler.
Like a magician.
and you can't watch that show
Anyways,
either.
Yeah. No, I mean I'm getting through it. I'm on season 3 out of like 4 or
Yeah.
5 out of their British long series. It's pretty
Michael,
good.
can I just say, Michael, you look very dramatic
Yeah,
right now.
you look like
Good. That's
yeah,
my goal.
you had the Bergman pose going on there for a second there.
What is the Bergman pose?
Like as if you were a character from an Ingmar Bergman film.
I mean, right, but what I understand, like the reference. you were making, but
Diagonal
what does
face
it
close to the
signify?
camera, like what your face looks like.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, just is exactly what it is.
Yeah.
What rooms are y'all sitting in?
This is my office.
I am. This is also my my office, sort of.
Can we get a tour?
As I
If
showed
possible.
earlier, I'm on an iMac, so I'd have to rotate my entire computer.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, that's
But-
right.
As
Wait,
you
what,
showed
what kind of iMac? Is it like one of those
It's
colored
that's right.
ones?
It is not one of the color shell ones. It is a late 2015 iMac. So watch out.
Frankie, you showed us earlier that you can't show.
Yeah, what? But
you
I
can
already
show
did
it
it, and it
again.
knocked over a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Brother Wag says this color is creeping me out.
Well, I'm enjoying this color. I'm not
Oh,
creeped out.
Wow. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Brother Wags.
Wait, is Brother
Tell me
Wags-
what else would creep you out so I can keep going.
Brother Wags could be referring to me because I am
Huh?
also calling in right now. Brother Wags.
Are y'all drinking? Smoking? Snorting? What do
No,
y'all do?
I had some soda,
Just-
some diet
just
root
living
beer
off of life?
that I was drinking, but I finished it.
Okay, so your drug of choice is
Yeah,
diet root
pretty
beer. That's
much.
good.
I had one. I had one drink earlier this evening. But I don't drink during the show
Oh,
because I got to stay pure. I
got
got to
sent to-
stay on my game.
Well, who knows what your game is? I mean, game is, whatever you want.
Yeah,
it to be.
only game can recognize game.
I got
That is
sent
true.
this can of coffee, and I don't know what to do with it. It's like one of those cold brewed cans.
Oh yeah.
Fancy something. I don't know. Do you drink that
No,
stuff?
don't I look like I do a bunch, like smoke a lot of weed?
You do look
I
like you
I
smoke a
don't
lot
do
of weed.
I don't.
I mean, this is California, man. I don't know.
Drink. I don't
Who
drink
doesn't- who
coffee. I
doesn't do a
don't. I
little
don't
bit?
smoke weed. I don't drink alcohol.
What? You don't drink
No.
coffee?
You know what's funny? I don't drink coffee. That's why I'm asking if I can pawn it off on you.
Not on me. No,
But,
caffeine. It triggers my migraines if I have caffeine.
Oh yeah, caffeine's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, sorry.
I think you're the only one talking, Hunter.
Oh, I was just gonna say it probably sounds like I have smoked marijuana in the past. I have.
You do have a very gravelly.
I
You have a
also-
very gravelly voice, Hunter. But I feel like that's just like your voice.
Yeah.
So, Michael Milo can vouch for this. I have a mother who Michael Milo has
It's true.
met many
He
times.
does have a mother.
She has the same exact voice.
She does have the
What do you
same
mean the
voice.
same exact voice?
Hunter's
Like,
mom's
I-
voice sounds a lot like
That's
Hunter's voice.
crazy. We got to get her on the show.
I grew up thinking that it was because she was a smoker that she had that voice.
Mm.
And then when I turned like 15, I got the voice.
That's crazy.
No smoking required.
Always wanted a deeper
Look,
voice.
I have
I
tried marijuana.
My voice is so nasal.
But no, I've never.
It's true.
My voice is it's all I try to talk lower down, but I can't do it. Hello, it's me. Hello. Can't really.
You sound like
I went-
you're doing like a Batman or
Yes,
Bane voice.
Batman. No, I'm definitely Adam West Batman.
I went to like a. I did like a voice workshop, and it was like, holy shit, I can do anything with my voice besides dragging it through gravel so that it hurts if I talk all day. And, like, I really want to learn that, and then a pandemic happened.
Yeah, I would love to have some bass. Some bass in my voice. I can't do it without sounding like an insane person. I can't do it. I don't have it.
Can't do it.
Should we just have dead air for 7 minutes till 1 a.m.?
I mean, I think.
Should we
people
do a
like
staring
that.
contest?
Against who?
I don't know. We'll just stare at each other.
With your 15 viewers.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, we'll have a staring contest with the viewers. It'll just be see how many of them stick around. And
Looks like the session just hit 3 hours.
did it really? Oh my God! But this has
Let's
to be
see.
longer than
Yeah.
than the
Yep.
than the Godfather movie.
No way. Godfather movie's way longer.
Well, last
Is it?
week, we made mention that the show was longer than Independence Day.
Godfather 1, 177 minutes. We outlasted Godfather Part 1. We did it.
Not bad.
All right.
Not too shabby.
That's what you've done to my boy.
That's right. That's right. We've surpassed him in length. Take that, Coppola.
Massacred.
Godfather Part 2 always 200 minutes. So if we want to stick around for another 25
That is-
minutes.
It's just so long.
How long's Apocalypse Now?
Apocalypse Now is like 2 hours. It's not that long. You're thinking of
Well, I guess
there's like the
there's, like,
Redux and all the other cuts that are way longer. That's what you're thinking of. Redux,
Yeah.
which is like 3.5 hours or so, or maybe 4 hours or something.
Okay, I got it. Here we go. Here's my pitch for
Okay.
a show. Dark Matter Zhivago.
Okay, that would require me having watched Dr. Zhivago and knowing anything about it.
It does seem like that.
Wait, have I told my Dr. Zhivago story on here? I have to, right?
I highly doubt
What is
it.
your Dr. Zhivago story?
Okay, I guarantee I've told this to you, Milo, because this is one of the dumbest hunter stories
All
ever
right,
here.
love it.
Spoilers for Dr. Zhivago. I was staying at my dad's, and Dr. Zhivago is one of his favorite movies because he's a communist and he loves Russian things. Michael, you stayed in his home. You can vouch for this.
Yes, true. This is true.
And so I was okay. I was staying at my dad's. I was gonna watch Dr. Zhivago. It's on 2 DVDs. I put in the first DVD. I hit play, and the thing I love about it, and it's just so fucking gripping, is that it just gets in and media res. Like when you're watching like a big fucking epic, half the time you expect like the preamble to be such a big part of it. Like that's basically kind of what Tarantino wanted to do with The Hateful Eight, was to have such a big preamble that took 45 minutes before you even got into the story. And so Dr. Zhivago, it just jumped right in as if like we're just right on board. And I'm like, holy shit, I get why they call David Lean a master. And then at about an hour in, Dr. Zhivago dies. And then at an hour 18, the movie ends and the credit rolls. Because they didn't label which DVD was which.
Oh, ha.
They just didn't. So I had to then watch the first 3/4 of the movie, having watched the ending. Basically.
I have a similar story.
Like this.
It took place at the former Cinefamily Theater on Fairfax Avenue.
Hell yeah!
My ex and I went
Love
to go
the
see
Cinefamily.
it's a Takashi Miike movie called Zebra Man. And we were watching it, and I was like, this movie like is really avant-garde. It makes no sense. Like especially after the first like 20 minutes, it like really started going all over the place. We had no idea what was going on, and they played the reels out of order. So they played reel 1, and then they played like reel 3, and then they played reel 2, and then they played reel 5, and then they played reel 4. So we watched the movie with the reels out of order, and they didn't notice it until the very end. So they told everybody after we had sat through like 90 minutes of it. And I refuse. I'm not going to rewatch it because in my head it was just like the most boring, nonsensical movie. Zebra Man.
Yeah.
I still remember that. There's a sequel to it apparently called Zebra Man 2 Attack on Zebra City.
That's a very wonderful name.
Okay, if you go to Takashi Miike's Wikipedia page, the photo of him, he looks like a famous female celebrity, and I can't figure out which one it is.
This
Yeah, I
Wikipedia?
pasted it in the chat.
Can you share your screen?
Yeah, I probably should. That's probably the etiquette, right? Share the window. Share a window, change a world. Here it is.
And Brother Wex calls it, we've reached 1 a.m. He sort of looks like Jamie Lee Curtis.
Sort of. That's not who I was thinking of, but yeah. He sort of does look like Jamie Lee Curtis. Yes, 1 a.m. We did it.
Man, this whole time I thought you were all
Did
talking about Takashi 69.
Da, 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 da. All right, should we call it at 1 a.m.? See, now I've got the energy.
Yeah.
This is how a 21-hour show is going to work, by
So
the
do
way.
I.
You get energy. You pick it up.
Yeah, but I...
Yeah.
And we're daily doubling.
That's right. We're doubling the show. We're going
show.
to 4 a.m. No, we can't do it. I can't do it. I have a child. All right, well, caller, I'm gonna let you go, but thanks for sticking around with us for a while. It's very pleasant talking to you. Oh wow! Fair enough. All right. Well, it's 1 a.m. It's last call. If a bar was a thing in LA. Wait, no, last call is 2 a.m. This is how old I am now. What time?
Wait, like I haven't drank in like a couple of years, but like wouldn't that be 1:30?
Yeah, last call is 1:30.
Last call?
Because they stop at 2, but they always are like, yeah, no, you're right.
Funny.
Yeah. We know my last call problem.
I'm not going to say
was
friends.
with marijuana delivery.
Yeah, 10 p.m. cutoff. That's right. Deb Jones in the chat saying you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. You can stay here. You can check out some of the other shows on the PAC Twitch channel. There's an archive.
Yeah. Yep. And the PAC Theater runs classes.
They sure do.
PACtheater.com/class. And you know, if you're feeling generous, Venmo at PAC-Theater.
Oh, can I drop a
Sure,
plug?
drop
real
a
quick?
plug.
Drop a plug. Hunter.
This is not something I normally do, but I want to drop a plug for Camp Cretaceous, the Jurassic Park animated series on Netflix. Season 2 just dropped this week, and it is fantastic so far. I am like halfway through it. The first episode of Season 2 is something that I didn't realize I had wanted to see since I was 6 years old.
Okay, Camp Cretaceous. Is this? This is not like a something that you are involved in at all? It's just something you think is good?
No. It's just it's a show on Netflix. It's about Jurassic. Okay, so here's the pitch. The pitch of this is on when the new Jurassic World movies came out. When that happened, I just heard a beep. Was that? Did I leave?
Oh.
No,
Yes,
you're
I
still
hear
here.
Okay. So Jurassic World is happening. Chris Pratt is doing all sorts of crazy shit. While that's happening, there's also a day camp on the other side of the island called Camp Cretaceous. And so we are Rosencrantz and Guildensterning Jurassic World. We are watching dinosaur attacks from the other side.
Very fun.
It is perfect and delightful and silly. I could tell you one of the characters' names, but the dinosaurs are so cool and it's so perfect.
Here you go.
That's.
Should I plug? Should I plug something?
Yeah, plug something.
What should I plug? Good Girls on NBC.
Oh,
Good Girls.
Season
Go check
3 will
and,
be on
you know,
Netflix.
Disney Plus.
It's on Netflix.
Or Netflix.
I don't know
whatever.
when season 3 comes on Netflix. Pretty soon. That I edited. It's a show I edited.
Can I also just say I got to watch your improv show this week, and I very much enjoyed watching your very sexy improv show.
That's right. Monday.
What was our show? What did we do in our show this week?
something.
I don't remember.
It was the Garblin cameo.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because Stephanie was in the hospital and Oscar. I didn't talk about this. She went to the labor delivery because she was worried the baby wasn't moving and everything ended up being fine. But I had to watch Oscar on Monday. But I still want to do the improv show.
Go for a while.
That's cute. If you go on if you're still awake, go on the Pack channel, look at our improv show. Fast forward halfway through, and you can see Oscar, my son, doing his improv debut.
It was very fun.
All right, let's get the fuck. It's 1:05.
Very fun.
Let's get the fuck off of here. Good night, everybody. We love you.
Wow.
Go for a while.
Good night. Go for a while.
Go for a while.